secure. I got in, I got out. Giving all glory to God. Hold up, this ain't me. Tell me how we went from trapping to rapping on BET. Last week I told investor to the Kansas City Chiefs. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. They say trap a perfect mixture of Warren Buffett and Meach. No more shoebox money, them portfolios elite. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. I'm gone.
What's good, family? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper, and welcome to another amazing episode of Trapping Tuesday. All right, man, before we get started tonight, I just want y'all to know, man, you know it, we cannot do this without y'all, man. We can't do it without y'all, man. So we got to start off every show by telling y'all how much we appreciate y'all. From the likes, from the shares, just from watching us on work, watching us while you at home, watching us while you cooking, watching us while you driving, just watching us and paying attention to us, man. I just want to tell y'all, thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. All right, man, so let's start with this right here tonight. If you walked on a new job, that would be considered new territory. If you moved in a new neighborhood, that would be considered new territory. If you move to a new state, that would be considered new territory. And there's a space when you enter new territory where it's extremely uncomfortable and you feel like all you got is you. You feel like all you got is you. And you take the time to observe what's going on in the surroundings. You take time to understand the pros and the cons and the good and the bad and who does what. And you take time to understand everything that's going on because it's unfamiliar territory. And what I like about right now is opening your account may look like unfamiliar territory. Starting that business that you've been thinking about forever is unfamiliar territory. Taking that first trade, pressing that button, going from demo account, a paper account to live trading becomes unfamiliar territory. Leaving your job to go all in on you is unfamiliar territory. Being on a job, graduating to another level is unfamiliar territory. Now, the thing about unfamiliar territory is after all the excitement wears off, there's always a small seed of doubt. Did I make the right move? What if it all goes bad? How will I look? What would they think about me? And that's okay. Because what I like about when I think about all the things that God has done, He always makes people get in unfamiliar territory. Abraham, leave your country. Peter, give me your boat. Unfamiliar territory. Joshua, take Jordan. Mary, you're pregnant. Unfamiliar territory. But the thing about being in unfamiliar territory that always gets me is you are now attempting to do something that the old environment never gave you instructions for. So it makes it unfamiliar. And so now you're going through your head and you're trying to put pieces together from an experience that you've already experienced to try to prepare you for something that you've never experienced. Let me say that again. The thing about unfamiliar territory is now we are trying to go back in our head and get information from old experiences that we have experienced to draw knowledge from it, to draw experience from it, to draw a feeling from it, to draw an emotion from it so that we can find some type of familiarity to be calm in unfamiliar waters. Because the unfamiliar is the most scariest place to be. But the unfamiliar is where all the magnificent things happen. So I'm going to talk to you about unfamiliar financial territory. Tonight I want to keep it calm. Being the first person in your family to trade or invest is unfamiliar financial territory. To be the first person in your family to have 6 figures. To be the first person in your family to have 5 figures. Making your first 6 figures. Making your first 7 figures. Being the first person in your family that's debt-free. Being the first person in your family to start a business. Being the first person in your family to own a home. To be the first person in your family to have 700-800 credit score. Unfamiliar financial territory. But with that, now you become the blueprint. You become the person that has to have the shoulders to endure. Because the thing about unfamiliar territory, everybody on the outside knows what to do, but they've never been there. Unfamiliar territory. And so now you have to navigate not on your own unpreparedness, but also the opinions and the sayings of others. And the thing about it is, if you're not focused on what's in front of you, you'll be distracted by what's on the side of you. Unfamiliar financial territory. The thing about being in this unfamiliar financial territory, for a lot of us, there's a trauma financially or financial trauma that's associated with where we come from, what pushes us to get into the unfamiliar. So the unfamiliar becomes a place where we have self-discovery. The unfamiliar becomes the place where if you be there long enough, it becomes home. And when the unfamiliar becomes home, now you are taking a step toward greatness. When the unfamiliar becomes comfortable, now you are taking a step toward change. When the unfamiliar becomes comfortable, when the unfamiliar, you pay mortgage there. When the unfamiliar, you take up space there. And the unfamiliar, you say, this is where I will thrive at. The unfamiliar becomes familiar. Now you are making strides that the everyday person can make. Unfamiliar financial territory. Being able to do something that everybody dreamed of, but you're the only one bold enough to accomplish. Unfamiliar territory. Being able to take the steps, being able to look at failure in the face and say, you're not failure. You're just an obstacle that's in my way to get where I need to go. Unfamiliar financial territory. Everybody wants to be a millionaire, but nobody's willing to risk it all to be it. Unfamiliar territory. That's what we're talking about tonight. Your first economic hardship. Your first correction. Unfamiliar territory. Your first recession. Unfamiliar territory. Your first 5-figure loss. Unfamiliar territory. Your first 6-figure loss. Unfamiliar territory. Your first 7-figure loss. Unfamiliar territory. Now, the thing about that side of the unfamiliar is that's where the most damage is done. Because the first time the trader loses 5 figures, the first time the trader loses 4 figures, they get this trauma bond with comfort and they never want to exceed their own expectations. They get comfortable in the mediocrity. And the comfort in the mediocrity is where everything dies. And the comfort of mediocrity is where friends trauma bond. And the comfort of mediocrity is where greatness looks at you and say, you'll never be who I am. Comfort of mediocrity is the kryptonite to greatness. Unfamiliar territory. Somebody told me the other day, I was on X, and it said, man, Trap put $1 million in a play, and a day and a half later, the play tanked. And I said, hey, I took the $300,000 loss, and I moved on. But when the opportunity presents itself again, I'm hitting it for $1 million again. That's the difference between me and you. You can look at me and say, dang, Trap put $1 million in a play. And my question to you is, where your $1 million at to put in the play? Where your $300,000 to put in the play? Unfamiliar territory. But guess what? In order for me to be bold enough to put $1 million in a play, there was a point in time, watch me here, where $10,000 would have scared me to death to lose. There's a time where losing $100,000 would have scared me to death. I had to lose $100,000 to make $1 million. I had to be willing to lose $100,000 to make $1 million. Unfamiliar territory. So every obstacle, every adversity is necessary for me to go to the next level. Look at the adversity and the obstacles as the lower high you needed to hit all-time high. Let's say that again. Look at the obstacles and the adversity as the lower high. You need that to bounce. So I'm like, hey, I'm just waiting on the next opportunity so I can drop $1 million again. I need you to understand that the losses that you take sometimes is what's necessary to unlock the greatness in you. Okay, let me even make that make sense. Mike kept getting beat by the Pistons. He said, hey, yo, I got to go get Scotty. I got to get somebody to help me get over the hump. So the losses prepared him because he calloused himself. Unfamiliar territory. Unfamiliar territory, unfamiliar financial territory is scary to those who fear greatness. Unfamiliar financial territory is petrifying for those who fear actually changing their family's last name to an asset. Unfamiliar territory, financial territory is horrific to somebody that's comfortable with mediocrity. I'm gonna even go a little further and say financial mediocrity. I'm gonna go a little further and say that like unfamiliar financial territory is petrifying to someone who is comfortable with financial mediocrity. Those are the same people that say, why you invested in that? That's a scam. Why you taking that mentorship? Why you taking that course? Why you going on that trip? Why you having that? Because that's a scam. That ain't gonna do nothing but waste your time. And I just want you to look at them same people and say, if I look at them from 5 years from now, what have they done that I'm inspired by other than probably get some clothes or some shoes or a bag that I want? Unfamiliar financial territory is the pit. Say this, I need to walk you through and not say this. Unfamiliar financial territory is a pit for people who are prisoned by their, watch me here, unfulfilled dreams. Watch this. It's a pit, meaning the unfamiliar is where they die. The unfamiliar is where they give up. The unfamiliar is where they say, I've gone too far. The unfamiliar is where they say, you know what? I'm comfortable here. The unfamiliar makes them say things like, I don't need to be a millionaire. I just want to be comfortable. The unfamiliar is where they start making excuses. The unfamiliar is where they start settling. The unfamiliar is where they start looking at themselves and saying, I'm not enough. The unfamiliar is where they start looking at you saying you want too much. The unfamiliar is where they start looking at you and saying you crazy. The unfamiliar is where they start looking at you saying, why you hanging with them? The unfamiliar is when they start looking at you saying, why you won't do all that? The unfamiliar is where they start looking at you and saying, you acting different. The unfamiliar is where they start looking at you saying, now you getting money and you don't rock with us no more. The unfamiliar is the pit for people who live with unfulfilled dreams. Unfamiliar financial territory. It's a place where very few people will actually go. Many will be inspired. Many will be motivated. But only a few are bold enough to endure. Only a few are bold enough to persevere. Only few are bold enough to be pressurized. Only few are bold enough to be crushed. Only few are bold enough to look it in the face and say, I'm ready. I'm built for it. Unfamiliar financial territory is the prerequisite for financial greatness. Unfamiliar financial territory is the unavoidable that most will avoid. Unfamiliar territory is what makes most people scared after the feeling, after the endorphins of what they thought they wanted well off. Unfamiliar territory is the place that breaks a dream that you never really wanted. I'm talking about the dream that you told everybody wanted because it sounded good. I'm talking about the dream that you didn't explain and it sound good, it feel good. But when you talking to yourself, by yourself, you're like, hey, I don't even know why I said that. So tonight, as we embark on this journey, I want you to ask yourself this question. What is the unfamiliar financial territory that I've been running from? I said something to y'all a while back, and I don't know if people realize it. I'm going to end right here. But I said, getting the process right is more important than the outcome. Because if you get the process right, the outcome will eventually go in your favor. But if you can't never get the execution and the process right, you'll never get the thing that you really want. So yeah, the $1 million trade didn't go the way I wanted to. I'm cool with that, but guess what I do appreciate and love? The process. I like what I saw. I like what I saw. And if I see it again, I'm going to pull the damn trigger again because I trust the process and I trust the execution. Oof. Never be traumatized by the outcome of the execution, but celebrate the process that it took you to get there. Say that one more time and I'm going to sit my ass down. Never be traumatized by the outcome of the execution, but celebrate the process that it took you to get there. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper, episode 202. Let's go, y'all.
Did you give him the middle finger?
Hey, George.
Why?
He know.
Okay. Man.
He know. That sucker told me something, man. I realized I did it after I did it because he told me to do it. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Toby want to be on the inside joke.
I'll tell you after the show.
How you feeling though?
Bro, I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro.
You got baby girl with you for the whole week plus?
My baby, man. Listen.
You know what I'm saying? She been rolling with you, rolling with the homies.
Listen, she a soldier, bro. Something dope happened today with me and her, man. Bro, so for the longest, I don't let my daughter sleep with me.
You don't let her sleep?
With me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She's 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, go sleep in your own bed, man. Go sleep in your own bed, fam. You know what I'm saying? And because she 10, her body developing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I want her to be in her own bed. Like, and you sleep bad.
Kicking, punching.
Bro, I got a king-size bed. By the time she finished, bro, you ain't but 4'3".
Yeah.
Bro, you acting like you 7'12". I'm on this much of the bed. Bro, it's a California king. It's a California king, bro. Why do I feel like I'm in a rat in prison? I'm on the corner of the bed like, I'm cold. I gotta keep...
snatching covers.
I gotta keep, and we got a big, thick Egyptian thread. Big
fire blanket type.
Comfort. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the bed by myself. I'm like, bruh, this is life. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even sleep in the middle of the bed. I be on, I can roll over. I be like, damn, there's a lot of bed over here, boy. Like, I'm good over here. You know what I'm saying? I got the air on like 64 so I can snuggle in my. When she in the room with me, I'm like, bro, why am I on? I feel like I'm in central lockup. I'm on this much of the bed, less than a quarter of the bed. I'm on the end of the blanket. I got this much of my pillow. She on my pillow and the bottom of the bed all at one time. How? Man, I'm straight, man.
Go in your room.
I'm straight, bro. I'm straight, man. I'm straight, bro. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things I try to do a lot of right now is like find balance. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find balance with when she's in town, like my whole schedule becomes different. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can, bro, I'm gonna tell you something. I could go without eating. I can hit that gym. I go without eating, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Be like, Trap, you looking good. You healthy, bro. I could be on noodles for 3 days in a row, bro. Straight up, noodles. Damn, Trap, you looking slim. I'm on noodles, cuz. That's it. I done ate noodles once and two every other day, cuz. I'm straight.
Fat down, sodium up.
I'm good. They're like, damn, Trap, you done slimmed up. That's the noodles, cuz. I ain't on nothing but noodles, broth, and... I'm on chicken broth. But when she there, bro, I gotta kind of like, gotta switch some things up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I gotta wake up a little bit earlier. You know, make sure I pray, get some stuff in order. So, man, I love having my baby here, man. But, I love her so much because, like, I try to take a couple hours out the day for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, last week, as soon as we got back in town, we was in here for 2 days in a row. Came back, I had the webinar, then came back, I had the webinar, then back. No, we had the 2 day, I had the webinar, back with Trapping Tutor, so it was just a lot, bro. So, took her to the movies yesterday, man. And, like, Saturday, we played in the pool, you know what I'm saying? And, just, watching her do flips and shit, shit that. And, yesterday, we went to the movie. We watched the movie Moana, and he came home, bro, and I wanted her to sleep in the bed with me.
Like, the live action joint?
Huh?
The live action Moana joint?
No, the new one that came out.
I thought it was live action. It's a cartoon.
It's like it's a movie. I don't know. It's not a cartoon with The Rock.
Yeah. Yeah, live action, Jay. Okay, yeah.
Or it's a movie.
No, live action versus a cartoon. I was trying to differentiate because I was trying to ask you a question.
I said I took my daughter to the movie yesterday to see Moana, and he said live action or the cartoon. Bro, there's only one Moana out right now.
I don't know. That's why I was asking that. I've seen previews a while back. That's why I was asking you that.
Say, bro, don't mess my story up no more. Don't mess my story up no more, bro. Don't do that shit no more, bro. You hear me? Oh, this nigga tripping. Yeah. So I'm watching The Rock, like I was saying, you hear me? Watching The Rock, you know what I'm saying? I came home, bro, and I don't know, bro. I just wanted my daughter to sleep with me, you hear me? I was like, man, come sleep with me, Stank. She like, all right, Dad. It's like she was tweaking to do it, you hear me? You know, she jumped in that bed with me, dog, and we was sleeping. You know, I got the corner of the bed again. I got the little piece of the blanket again. But I was cool with it this time. I wasn't tripping, bro. But it made me realize something, dog. Like, I got up this morning, it was 6 o'clock, bro. My daughter slept till 2 o'clock. I was like, damn, this is why kids look so young. They look so young because they really get to sleep. Like, think about it. When she got in the bed with me, I'm 12 o'clock. By the time we got inside, took a shower, 12 o'clock. Bro, she slept from 12 to 2. Bro, what kind of sleep is that? I live for that kind of sleep again, bro. 12 to 12 is what? Plus another 2? Bro, 14 hours of sleep, cuz? Then she get up at 2 o'clock on some, Daddy. I said, what's up, Stan? Can we cook breakfast? Breakfast? You know what time it is? It's 2 o'clock. This ain't breakfast. But you know what? You want breakfast? What you want? So I let her cook the eggs, turkey bacon. I felt good about that, bro. I love being a dad, bro. And this is why I need 3 more children. This is why I need 3 more children, bro. This is why I need 3 more children. Anyway, that was my story, Jose. That was my story. Let me ask you a question. I saw something the other day that said something, bro. I saw this thing on Instagram with this dude. You know what would be crazy, bro? Can I say this to you, Jose? I don't mean this like this, but I'm going to say it like this. Because I don't mean it in no, like, weird way or nothing, like, right? When I be single, I love watching love movies. Dog. When I be single, cuz, I love watching the love movies, bro. Oh, I be feeling it. I be like, yeah, that's it.
What's the ones? Love Jones.
So I realized something about me and Love Jones. What I realized about me and Love Jones is me and Love Jones, even though it's my favorite movie, I realized that it's really a toxic relationship amongst 2 people. And I realized that a part of me is that form of toxic. Self-identifying. Mm-hmm. The part of me that's toxic is shit, and I think that all men may have this trait, is that, like, we prideful in a way. So when a woman asks him, like, yo, I'm about to go to New York, about old boy, 8 out of 10 niggas would have been like, that. Knowing we really want to say, like, we want to spaz out. Like, what you talking about? We've been cha-chaing for. We've been cha-chaing. We Yankee girl dance. We trying like rabbits. Now you gonna go to New York? What you got going on? Right. We want to say that. We want to say that. But something in us make us not say that, and we be like, bet. And then we go with the shit. Then we do something stupid like this. Shit, we just kicking it anyway. Knowing we this close to being in love. Hey, we this close. We this close to being in love, yeah? Hey. Hey. We this close to being in love, cuz. But we like, you know what? Shit, that what you want to do? Do it. Shit, I ain't tripping.
That's that pride and ego.
I ain't tripping. You hear me?
Hurting on the inside.
Pissed. 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 Instead of being like, bruh. And the crazy part is, they so toxic, they want us to trip. If he trip, we know he care. No, if you know I care, don't even much think about entertaining the idea of freaking going to New York to see what the hell you got going on with your ex. But I realized, bruh, I realized something. And this is just real. So I think Love Jones is such a good movie because I think Instagram, and we're going to get to the stocks. Y'all know we just have a conversation like this, some type of conversation before every show. I think Instagram did something so phony. It gave people a false perspective of who people are.
Oh, yeah.
Of how people interact with people. So a woman can be like, I want a man to be this, I want a man to be that, and then I want him to be healed. We ain't never gonna be healed, fam.
Yeah, it's a constant. Constant.
I ain't never gonna be healed. I got shot a couple times. My mama went to prison when I was young. You heard me? My grandmother left me, fam. I'm not gonna never be healed, fam. A woman set me up at 16, put a maggot. When you gonna get over that? Never. Ever in my life. Just keep it at 100, you hear me? I want my man to be healed. I'm never gonna be healed, yo. I'm gonna always have flashes of it. You never lose it. You know what I'm saying? You never lose it. I ain't never healed, man. Like, what you talking about? And so I'm saying that to say that, like, I think Instagram painted a perspective about people that we forget that there's a human component to people. And think Instagram has told a fairy tale. And what happened is we've watched the fairy tale for so long, we start believing it. And then we start thinking, hey, it's better here. I'm going to leave you because I'm going to go get a man that's going to marry me in a month. Well, go. All right. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it don't matter how much time. They got married in 6 months. If a man know what he wants. No, we don't. We want a whole bunch of shit. Mm-hmm. People make time for what they want. No, they don't. We be figuring it out on the fly. I'm just being real, bro. Like, but we listen to these people that put doctor in front of their name.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? You listen to these people that, you know, go through. I remember the dude, what the dude's name was? Jackson something?
Yeah.
Bro, he had women in a chokehold.
Yeah.
For years.
It was smashing.
I'm talking about had women in a chokehold. A really man that would do this.
Jackson,
a really
right?
man that would do that. A really 4 years in a row. He became a best-selling all day everything. You know what we come to find out? He cheated on his wife. Now he got on there looking. We ain't come to do nothing. That lady don't even want to be a part of that, bro.
He tried to flip it and say, oh, I could teach you about toxic dudes because I'm a toxic dude.
Yeah, man, get out of here, bro. But I think that we forget that people are people, bro. And we all got a different process. Right? We got a different process, bro. Women got a different process. My partner, Greedy, you know why I love my nigga Greedy? I love my nigga Toad, bro, because when I be talking to them, like Greedy told me something that was so cold, bro. Like, that's my school right there. He said, say, bro, check this out, bro. He said, ain't none of us perfect. You got to find you a woman that you, watch this. He said, you can love her imperfections and you can deal with the shit that she do that get on your nerves. I was like, dang, bro. He said, bro, none of us ain't perfect, bro. All of us done come through some weird, some crazy things that affect that. And I said, bro, you know what, bro? That's right, bro. Like, so when I went to therapy, I had to go to, when I was in therapy, it made me realize, all right, there's a couple of things that I really got to lock in on. Right? When I was in therapy, there's a couple of things I really had to lock in on. And one of the things I really had to lock in on in therapy was the fact that, like, my mom going to prison, I've been harboring that abandonment for a long time. Here's why, though. Because not only did my mom go to prison, her going to prison, my grandmother passing away left me homeless. And so there was, and it's nothing against my family, but there was a time in my life where I'm acting like, damn, bro, like, why my family ain't come get me? You feel what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, am I not good enough? You feel what I'm saying, bro? Like, damn, like, why y'all ain't snatch me up? Now, when my cousin did snatch me up, I was so wild and erratic. She was like, hey, I can't do this no more. But I'm like, damn, why nobody else ain't give me a chance? But I go out there by my people in Delaware, but I'm so wide open, I'm so crazy, I done wind up catching charges out there because I done robbed somebody, I done pistol whipped somebody. My uncle like, hey, bro, you got to go back home, bro. Like, me and my wife can't even get along. You becoming the most talked about topic in my house. Well, somebody else give me a chance. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying two of my family members did give me a chance, right? But I was so traumatized by my environment to where, I don't know, I just felt like, damn, like, that's crazy. And I dealt with that. So I don't have no ill will toward my family. I love my family. I'm a family person, bro. But I dealt with that. And then I watched my mama. Then when I came home from prison, while I was in prison, my mama came and saw me one time. But I used to go to prison and, like, give my mama Timberlands, give my mama G-Nikes, bring a little razzle dazzle. Like, damn, my mama came and saw me one time. So that, like, so to somebody who never been to prison, like, you don't really know what that feels like. You feel what I'm saying? You're like, oh, but no, you know, not getting my name called for mail. But this is why I love my little cousin Elise so much, because she made it her a point, like, once a month, I'm writing my cuz. You got to remember, I did 10 years in prison. So she write me at an age where we kids. I'm 17, 18, she 14. Like, man, let me just write my cuz. You know how much respect I got for her for that? It ain't, I die for her. There's only two people I die for. My baby girl and my little cousin. Die for, like, man, listen, me, not them. And wouldn't think twice about it because I know she'll take care of my little one. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to figure, I'm 16, 17, 18 in jail. She a couple years younger than me. She had the wherewithal to say, let me write my cousin. Let me send my cousin some pictures. All right, I know he in jail. Let me send him some pictures of me and my friends. All right, he gonna talk. I don't care if I don't put him down. If he asks me, I love him so much. If he asks me what they name is, whatever, I'ma send it to him. You feel what I'm saying? She did that till I came home, bro. So there's a level of me that look, and I'm gonna say this and it's crazy, there's a level of me that look for her loyalty. You feel me? But there's also a version of me that look at, like, that's my family. You know what I'm saying? So now, like, if I deal with somebody, I'm kind of like, so that don't just take a couple of therapy sessions to go through. One, the partner has to understand that and be willing to be like, okay. And then I got to be like, all right, what's the traumatic shit that you done been through that I probably got to try to deal with? Instead of, I want my man healed. Babe, I've been shot and a whole bunch of stuff, bro. Put me out the heal category. You know what I'm saying, bro? I'm just saying, bro, like, I think Instagram has made us look at one another, and we looked at all these people and be like, damn, look at that relationship. Look at that relationship. Look at that. I idolize nobody's relationship. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors. I just want, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know how we got there. We talk about Love Jones. Anyway, Let's holler at my people, man. That's our story. That's my story for the day, yeah. Shout out to my dog, Greedy. Shout out to my dog. Shout out to my dog, Toby. Why I love Toby so much? Because Toby told me something I ain't never heard a man say. He was like, dog, Fat is my nigga. So Toby got on. So the music, she held him down. And he was like, and he told me this. He said, say, bro, I've learned so much in the music game. He said, bro, I think Fat gonna take us to the next level. He like, bro, the creativity I got and everything I've learned, I'm about to pour it all into her. He said, nigga, I'm tired. I'm ready to watch my kids. I'm ready to let her go. Bro, you know how powerful that is to be like, I'm the one, like she supported me to get us here. She had the kids, she traveled, she a part of what we doing. She watching me, he like, I don't write her lyrics, but she write her own lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So why, and then like once she dropped the collabo and I saw it, I was like, yeah, I see what he's saying. I get it. And he was like, bruh, it's my nigga Fat turn. I like, what you mean? He was like, no. She about to take us. I did what was necessary. Like, it's her turn. He like, and everything I learned from us being independent and doing this, I'm about to put it in her. And so now when I see Fat, I be like, sis. You know what I'm saying? And I saw this clip. I'm gonna end it with this. I'm gonna shout out my people right quick. But I saw this clip of Alex Hormozy and his wife. And, I went out there a couple times to see bruh. You know what I'm saying? So paid him, never for free. He's not my friend. Like, I paid him, it was exchange. But I seen their dynamic. And their dynamic is not fake. But when you go to the compound, they building, everybody in their organization, you would think they would talk about him. Bro, they don't talk about him. They talk about her. Nobody talks about him. The whole organization talks about how she set the rules, what she exemplified, she leading the team meetings, she doing this, she doing that, she doing this, she doing that. I'm like, damn. Right, so now when I'm looking at her on, like, I look at her YouTubes, I be like, damn, like, and I remember seeing her one time when they was giving me a tour through it, she was in the gym working out, and I just spoke to her like, what's up, bro? She a little bitty woman, bro. And first of all, no disrespect to that man, wife, and I'm like, but I'm just like, she got a petite frame. So you like, damn, she that powerful, right? But when you see him, you would think he the 100 million, but even he give all the credit to her. He be like, bro, like I was doing this, she changed my life. I saw it like this, I saw it like that, she changed my life. And you see her, she be like, yeah, when I was young, I was, using drugs, I was partying, I went to jail 6 times, 18 months, da-da-da-da-da-da. You like, wait, what the hell? How did she get out? How you go from that to about to clip 300 million this year? Clip 250 million last year. Business, y'all acumen right here. But I saw a clip from them this week, bro, and I saved this clip. And it's them two talking, bro. And I'm saying, bro, like this was some of the dopest shit I ever heard, bro. She said, I enable myself. Bro, listen to how self-sacrificing this is. She said, I enable myself so that he can be great. But he enables himself so that I can be great. Right? And so he said something, he said, man, I be hearing you on podcasts. And people always ask you, are you in competition with me? And he said, to me, it really goes to show how much people don't understand how freaking cool we are. Like, we really best friends. And so she was like, I always have to tell him, I can never be in competition with him because we in competition with everybody else. I said, what? She was like, we would never be in competition. We do everything to make each other better so we can compete with everybody else. I say, that's it. That's it. And at the end of the day, bro, I'm going to use a line from Mitch, though. A nigga like me, man. Like, I ain't going to lie, bro. I just want somebody that's going to compete. Like, we just competing, not against each other. Like, because I'm a supportive dude, bro. Like, for me, like, whatever you on, I'm on it. Like, I can't help but see myself in the stuff you doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to see myself in what you doing. Like, I'm going to put my brain on it. How can we grind? How can we, That's what I want to do. I love business. And I love everything about business that I don't know. So everything I'm doing, I'm like, yo, I'm about to go do this business thing. I'm about to go pay such and such $30,000. Let's go. I got me and you. Let's go. I'm about to go pay such $100,000. It costs an extra $15 for you to come. Let's go. But I want somebody that's going to be like, I bet. You paying for that? I'm going to pay for the room and the flight. Not that I need you, but if you paying for that, because we a team. Before anybody say something, bro, this ain't nothing against my ex-girl. Please don't even do it. It ain't nothing against, like, you know what I'm saying? Nothing against her. Like, she was on her shit. But I want somebody to do like that, like, you know what I'm saying? Because every time I see something in business that's going to make us better, I'm going to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's shout out our people right quick, man. All right. Ashley, what's up, family? Ash, I just was talking to Jose about you and told him that what you call it? That audit you did. I get a text, I'm like, hey, we gotta switch the card. I'm like, switch what card? Yeah, Ashley done went through Jose's stuff and said where these payments comes from. I said, I need one of them.
Bro, we do that joke.
Because I know I'm paying for stuff I should not be paying for. Yeah. I don't know, where is that? Hey, what is this? What is that? Hey.
Spreadsheet and everything.
Get it out of here. Shout out to Ash, because I sure got that text. Hey, we got to switch the card, because, I said, because what? Yeah. Ashley did a check on Jose, and she see this pro presenter on here. Man, we need to get that up off there. I said, that's Ashley. I said, she probably said it in a way she had Jose pinned to the, with that is. And him, I don't know what that is. That's trap, yeah.
Nah, we had to search for that joint. I had to search.
Anyway, man, shout out to Ash, man. You hear me? Shout out to my girl. I love her so much, man. All right, man, shout out my people, man. I am TC, what's good? Will Mac, what's good? Chop Fellas, what's good? Money Mike 619, what's good? Mississippi Trapper, what's good? Ash said, I gotta watch the church's money. And you know what? Man, shout out to my girl, Ash. Because she watching the church's money. You hear me? You hear me? Because he's just willy-nilly with the church money. You hear me? He giving offerings that he ain't supposed to be giving. You hear me? Kimi 305, what's good, man? Shameless on Wall Street, what's good, man? Fabian, what's good, man? Ernso, what's good? Jermaine Kyles, what's good? Freddie Cruz, 6308, what's good? Wall Street Nell, what's good? Joel Blake, was good? Shazam X, was good? Drift Ones, what's good? Paul Blake, was good? SB Glow, was good? Bub, what's happening, family? You on that property, huh? Zay Will, let's go, was good? Will Mack, was good? Tori Simmons, was good? Trey Mozzie, was good? Stello76, was good? Nola Kid, what's happening, family? Horace Mo, was good? Money Mike 619, was good? Chopper Fellas, what's good, man? KB Mississippi Trapper, what's poppin', fam? Be Easy, what's good? Freddie Cruz, what's good? Nate the Great, what's happening, Nate? I'm back in it. We popping, we trapping. Tamara Buchanan, what's good? First Generation Millionaire, what's good? Nathan Higgins, what's good?
Mo Ashley, what's good, love? Let's go, man. Arthur Chef Fetty, what's good? It's the concept, what's good? Sean Pepe, what's good? Shelly Booker, I see you, family. Blake's 59. Blake's 592 Investor, what's good? Sean Pay, what's good? Mr. VIP, what's good? Anthony Santos, what's good? Get right with TJ. JT, what's good? I see you. Carolina, what's happening, family? My dog in the building. Carolina Blue, what's happening? Let's get it. The J Day Kid, what's good, family? I see you. Yo, Fred, what's good? I see you. Paul Bricks, I don't know if I hollered at you, but I'm gonna holler at you again. What's good? Doug Perry, what's good? Alex, what's good? Velagas, Alex, how you say your last name, man? Forgot it. 7183, San Diego, what's good? Millie Hustle, what's good? I see y'all, but I want to get to the show tonight. Just going through it, y'all. Just going fast. You not seeing me? I see you now. Aura LLC, I see you. Big Difference, Big Difference, what's good? I hate saying big in front of anybody's name. Real Bible Stories, what's good, man? Futures for Life, what's good? All right, let's get to it, man. We got all right, let's get to it, man. I'm gonna see y'all, I'm gonna call y'all out, do the show, man. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Jose.
Yeah.
How we feeling, man?
Man, I'm about 60%, bro. I can't lie. You know what I learned, though? I don't think it's nothing new. Man, men, sometimes we turn into babies when we get sick. You know what I'm saying?
What?
But the crazy part, my wife was out at an event, so I was at home by myself.
What?
Men, we get turned to big babies when we get sick.
No, we don't. You turn to a big baby.
No, I didn't turn into a baby because I couldn't turn into a baby. I had to fend for myself.
Don't say no men. Don't say no men. Say you.
You ain't never turned to no baby at no joint?
I stand in the paint, nigga.
Nigga, because you went to prison, don't think you ain't you can get
That's
sick.
why.
Chicken
That's
noodle
why.
soup.
Huh?
Chicken noodle soup, and you be like, babe, let me go ahead and get
I ain't never did. I take that chicken noodle soup. I still be trying to work out and everything, cuz.
Vicks on the chest.
Vicks on down me. I turn to a baby. You know what to turn to a baby mean? You in the bed in the fetal position. Help me. Help me. I'm tired. My bones hurt.
My neck and my back.
My bones hurt. Baby. Feed me.
See,
give me some Flintstone vitamins.
Hey, yo, those Flintstone vitamins used to be the... Now, at this,
know he be.
Look, at this big age, now it's Tums. But real talk, most of the cats in here, they faking like they don't be... I'll let you slide on that joint, because, yeah, you went to prison. Most of these cats in here, they don't want to speak the truth.
Bro, you always trying to categorize people, bro.
Nah, they just don't want to speak the
back
truth.
up singing Virginia wine.
Yeah, they don't want to speak the truth.
Cuz we wasn't back up singing Virginia
It's the thing
wine.
about it. The truth shall set you free. that's all I'm saying with these cats. Like we just said on IG, they just showing the highlight reels. Bruh, stop all that highlight stuff, man. Be
Jose
true.
want everybody to be like
Not everybody.
like him, bro.
Just say the truth. Just say
You
the
want
truth.
everybody to be Betty Crocker, bro.
Just say the truth. Not Betty Crocker, though.
We feeling good tonight. Hey, shout out to the Wall Street Trapper Award. I feel so good tonight, cuz. Instagram banning me though right now, Jose.
Is that from that whole trip over there? And
Bro, I don't know, bro. Every reel I put up, bro, get blocked. Except for the reel that went up today with
the
your
one
boy.
you redid it that joint?
That's the only one that ain't get blocked. Over the last, every reel I put up, bro, block. Every last reel I put up, bro. The one I put up yesterday, it ran for like a whole day.
And so what they send you a notification talking about in these
It
countries?
said at the top, it said, hey, this thing is blocked in whatever countries. This reel was at 148,000 this morning. It's at, look, another one. SPACEX at 24. Everything getting blocked, bro.
That's nasty.
I don't know what's going on, bro. I think somebody got a hit out on me, dog. I was doing, bro, you know I showed, we did 7 videos that did a million views in the month of June.
Just back to back.
Somebody got a hit out on me, dog. Damn, bro, I thought I had some motion, cuz.
I know you put it through Claude. What Claude say?
Huh?
I know you put it through Claude. What Claude say?
They told me to do. They told me to change my title. I changed it. Check my location. I did that. I started adding a location to it. They told me to call Instagram support. I did that. I don't have no music. I'm not talking about millionaires and all of that, bro. They just blocking my shit, dog. That hurt my feelings, dog. Cause like, I put so much time and effort.
Yeah.
Into content, bro. I don't steal nobody content. You know, I rock my own way, bro. So I don't know, man. It is what it is.
Nasty.
Let's get to it, man. We got our mantra up, man. Let's go, man. I'll figure it out. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I'm confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I'm more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me to that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money, no longer will the generations behind Harry lack, no longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. And Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go, family.
Bro, what you eating though? Is that them chocolate joints? Got that boy in the chokehold. Somebody in the chat said the Goodfellas got your account. Oh, man. Shout out to 2700 in the chat.
Shout out to 2700 in the chat, man. Yeah, bro, that's frustrating though, bro. Like, because I have found my rhythm.
Yeah.
I have found my rhythm, dog. And I like it because I ain't need, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, like, I ain't need to come in here and shoot no content. It was all me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I was able to shoot it. I was able to run it. I ain't need a squad.
No, stop it.
That hurt, bro. That hurt, bro. All right, let's get to, I'm going to figure it out, though. One thing I'm going to do. One thing Trap gonna always do is figure it out. Jose, I want to start a men's group, bro. Like I want to start like a I'm about to say something that's gonna make you proud. Me and Pastor Don working for the next 90 days.
Let's go.
I'm doing a once a week Bible study with him.
Let's go.
Once a week Bible study. Once a week. Then he sent me the list. This was once a week, one chapter, one verse. I got to go in. So he give me the verse, give me the principles. I got to read it. And then he give me the homework. Once he give me the homework, then we review it.
So good.
For 90 days, bro. I said that for the next 90 days, dog. I came back from, let me just say this before we get into I know we've been on for an hour. Don't trip, y'all. I got y'all. Let me say this, bro. Like, I'm entering 44, right? So as I enter the age of 44, bro, my perspective on life has changed. And it's something about that trip that I took, bro. Like, that trip was so phenomenal for me in so many ways. It was phenomenal because it allowed me to, one, that was a trip I always wanted to go back to. Can y'all see my screen? But I just had some moments on a trip where I was just able to just like ask myself, like, you know, like, all right, bro, like, what we about to step into in this season? You know what I'm saying? But also, like, what do I want the next 6 years to look like? What do I want to accomplish between 44 and 50? Spiritually, relationally, physically from my body-wise, emotionally, how do I want to mature, be better? What am I trying to build? You know what I'm saying? You realize that, and I'm going to say this not in a bad way, but in a good way, and at 44, bro, like, you've reached the halfway point.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You take at 44, if I get another 44 years, I'm 88. At 88, I've outlived the average American. God bless me to get to 88, I've outlived the average American. So I'm like, all right, God, like, and believe it or not, bro, 44 years is not that long. In the grand scheme of things.
Right.
44 years, my daughter be 54 years old.
And that go like.
But what we don't realize is, bro, like, years go. You know what I'm saying? So I had to tell myself, like, all right, Trap, like, what do we want? Like, realistically, what do we want? And then I thought about something. And I said to myself, the biggest problem right now is, Trap, what do God want from you, dog? It's always easier when you make God get in there, dog. So what do you want? What do you want? Cool. That's cool. Write out what you want. Tell him what you want, but then say, does what he want include what you want? Because if what he want doesn't include what you want, then you got to supersede what you want and be obedient to what he wants.
Yep.
And so this season, that's what I want to be on, bro.
That's good.
This season, that's what I want to be on. So I really want to take, like, I really want to take this next version of me good, and like, just really be a voice, man. Keep being a voice, keep being able to grow, but also just like expanding and keep getting uncomfortable, dog. And I also have to face the things that I know. You know, we all got little things that we indulge in, whatever. We got to figure out, we got to face that and be like, all right, bro, like, it's go time. It's go time. So anyway, let's get to it, man. All right, y'all, that's enough. Now it's all stock market stuff now. It's all stock market stuff now. Made my biggest, let me just say one more thing. Miss April, what's up? What that is, cuz? What that, what? That shit was loud, you hear me?
Snitching on.
So we just made the biggest hire. Just made the biggest hire of my entrepreneur journey. It's about to get tough. Unfamiliar. But I was a great negotiator. Huh, Ms. April? Come on, shooter. Bro, I don't like what you got going on right now.
Oh, yeah, she going back to Miss Amy.
Miss who?
Miss Amy.
I've never met her.
Yeah.
Never met no Miss Amy. Where you get that from?
She came out where old boy said, yo, shout out to Miss Amy. And she was like, I be whatever he want me to be. So she done ran with this Miss Amy.
Hey, we got to,
She
so
said
my
it just
next
like
hire
that,
is HR. My next, because what you got going on is not right, cuz. All right, let's get to it, man. All right, y'all can see me up here? Can they see me? Let's get into these charts right quick. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is I want to break down a couple of charts that I want y'all to see. Can y'all see it? All right, so I broke this down to the trappers earlier, but I want to show it to y'all in my Patreon group. And then let's get to it, because I think a lot of people miss some things. So let's just walk through this right quick. So we have a series of highs taking place. So we got one here. Let's just walk through it. All right, you got one here. All right, let's walk through it. Wait, I have my...
That pen?
I had it in here.
I'm about to say, didn't we order two?
Nah, but I had mine. I found mine at home.
Oh, they on the way. We're just gonna keep them here.
Then what I'm gonna use at home? Y'all hear me scrambling up here? It's in here, y'all, cuz.
You got?
Come on, bro. Come on, cuz. It's in there.
Yeah.
It's in there.
I normally don't give you a moment of silence, but I knew you was gonna find it.
Come on, man. It's in there.
Let's go.
All right. So then you have this high. Another high is created here. And y'all don't know, like, my charting game been getting, like, bro, like, I've been like duck hunt. All right. So that's your stage 2. Right? So that's your stage 2. So all of this becomes your stage 2. Right? That's your stage 2, which is essential. Now, to the naked eye, what'll happen is they'll get that stage 2. Bro, what happened? All right. So to the naked eye is they'll get that stage 2 and then they'll start panicking. So from stage 2, then you get this. Now, this is not a stage 4 at all, but what this then becomes is, I don't know what's happening right here. This becomes what's called digestion. Come on, Rob, I'm talking to him right now. You hear me? That becomes digestion, which simply means that the sellers are digesting all the profits that the bulls have made. So essentially, bulls are not truly just selling off. They're saying, okay, this is profit taking because we had a huge what? We had a huge what? Run up. Look at that massive run up. Right? This is a massive run up. You can't, that's a stage 2. Stage 2. So you had a massive run up. Right? So don't look at that as, oh man, that's a sell-off, man. Oh man, the market about to crash. Because that's what hurts a lot of people. They go to thinking the market going to crash. Now, here's what happens inside of that. And we talk about this inside our mentorship a lot. If you got to understand the sequence of events, you got to understand the sequences that's taking place. What hurt a lot of people is they start candle chasing. And when you candle chase, you don't understand the whole form that's breaking out. Now, because I'm a swing trader, not a day trader, one of the things I have to do essentially is not let every candle make me panic. I got to see the structure that's taking place. Also, because I'm a market structure trader, so I'm not a trader that trades the strat. So if you're a strat trader, you got a certain thing you're looking at. If you are a ITC trader or ICT trader, it's a certain thing you're looking at. So every trader has something that's going to make them give a go. Don't mean they better than another. It just means you using that form or using that set of weapons or that artillery that's used. Because I'm a market structure swing trader first, I need to see structural things happen, right? So as we see this digestion take place, which turns into a form of, watch somebody say here, distribution, it breaks this first structure right here, which is the previous all-time high. But it's not enough for you to panic on until it breaks this, what? This higher low, because you need the higher low to create the what? Higher high. Now we talking structural here. So now once it breaks that higher low, now we saying where is going to fall next. Now we notice where it falls next. Watch this. The first thing it does is it stops right on the previous all-time high of before, right? So I'm going to change the color on this because we're going to pay attention to it. We're going to pay attention to structurally what happens here, right? So it falls on there, boom. So essentially in that moment, it said, okay, we see what happened here. It broke the low, but when it broke the low, where did it go? Boom. It went to that previous all-time high and found what we call what? Support. So it finds that support, and then what does it do? Sellers step up. How do we know sellers step up? Because so the first thing it does is, let me clear the screen up again so everybody can see what's going on. I'll mark it back up again so everybody can see exactly where we are. This is how you know exactly I didn't mark this prior to y'all, because I know exactly where the hell I'm going at after that, right? So you can say that. Boom, we'll change the color of that, turn that to maybe white, right? We'll turn that white to here. How do we know that white here? Because that's that high, right? And then we'll come internal. We'll put this here because we're going to talk about that for a second, right? And then the next thing we're going to do is
I want to show y'all what we're going to do here. That's going to be really essential for where we're going at. All right, so here we go. All right, everybody with me in the chat? Of course you're with me in the chat. And now the next thing we're going to do is I want to mark this off so we can see it. I want us to see this right here. This is going to be important. I'm going to change the color of that right there. I hope y'all see that trend. Sean, you think they're paying attention to that? You think they see me, Sean? Sean is back with the messed up leg, y'all. Sean is back with the messed up leg, but we all right. We got number love for Sean. I want to turn this white so they can see it. All right. So here we go. So what happens is we'll point this out right here. Boom, because that's a key ever. So notice it hits that level, and then what do you see when it hits that level? You see that long wick, which tells us that sellers respected that previous all-time high. They respected it. They hit it. They saw it. They start doing what's called absorbing the selling pressure. Meaning the selling pressure could have kept going straight down, but the buyers say, nah, we not going to let y'all get too out of hand. But notice at the same time what it does is it also respects what? I'm going to put a mark on it so y'all can see it. It respects that 50-day moving average, which is essential. That's how we saying, okay, it's still in that bullish uptrend because it's respecting that 50, which is key to us. So now we understand levels. It says, okay, I don't have to panic here because one, I see the structure. Two, this is why you have to look left before you look right. So now once it comes down to once it breaks that low, we talked about the low, it breaking right here. It did break that low, and that's enough for a lot of stop orders to get hit. But notice once it hit those stop orders, we'll draw a line right there so everybody can see. Boom, right? So once it hit those stop orders, got all those people out, what did it do? Reverse! So came all the way down, pushed and made so everybody who said I'm a little risk averse, everybody who said I'm gonna push my stop loss a little bit lower so I don't get swept, they pushed you all the way down. So you really had to be on some dog. I ain't tripping. So they push you all the way down. Boom, they pushed past the previous all-time high just to get everybody up out of there in that day. So they took everybody out. Right? They took everybody out. Everybody got wiped out, so they got a whole bunch of stop losses in that day. Right? That's cool, but notice the next day, so right as soon as they hit that line, guess what happened? Buy your step up. So now they trap everybody that's in puts. But then the next day, what did it do? Gap back down right to that same area. Boom, I got it. Notice the next day, we got the green candle. Guess what happened? It starts off with a continuation. How do we know? Because the green candle that we see, now we're talking about what's called candle communication. The green candle next to it, right here, we're gonna dot him up. This boy right here, right? What does he do? How do we know he starts off as a red candle? Well, because we see that tail. So he started off as a red candle, went up as a red candle, but some point down, it pushed down to a red candle. It hits that all-time high again, and then does what? Pow! Go right back up. So it respected that line. But how do we get power here? Well, because not only did it hit the previous all-time high, then it takes out what? What does it take out, y'all? It takes out this right here. So it don't take it out, but it does what's called, it reclaims familiar territory, right? It reclaims some familiar territory. So now buyers jump back into control. We get a gap up the next day, then we get a huge gap up the following day. So that means buyers back in, right? But notice, we come right to that, and then we fall back down. All we did now was created a what? Watch here. Let's talk about all the events. What did we create here? We created a what? Lower high. This boy right here, right? Sequentially, the structure is in order. So then what happens then? Once the lower high is in place, we come down, we come down, we come down, but we stop right here. What did we create there? We go right back to the same lower what? The high low that was created, right? We create the high low, we sit on it once, we sit on it twice, we sit on it 3 times. The third time, what does it do? Break, come back down, respect it, get anybody orders out, and then what happens? Buy your step up. Buy your step up, buy your step up. We claiming, we rocking out, and now you create now a set of, let me erase the last few things I marked so we can talk this out because I want to talk this through with everybody. All right. Now what happens is we got a clear screen, but if we notice something really smooth happens here.
we now create, you got to be willing to see it like this. We create one, you have this that was created first, and then now you create this. That's 2. And then now you create what? 3. And then now you create what? So now you've now created this trend line, which now is essentially a set of what? Higher lows in place. So now it's stair-stepping on top of it. It's now created another set of higher lows. So now what you're saying is, not only did it create another set of higher lows, here's what else it did. It reclaimed the moving average stack. What's the moving average stack, Trap? Let's move this out the way. That yellow and that blue line, that's your 50, that's your 20. It reclaimed those. Notice that today's candle, what did it do? Push past, it did 2 things. It took out the stop orders on the 20. It took out the stop orders that was on the 50. Everybody that was using that as dynamic support. And then it pushed all the way down, what? To that trend line. But it stayed. So if you had to stop at the trend line because you have what? Trend line traders. So it took everybody that was at the 50, took everybody at the 20, and then it bounces off that, uses that dynamic support, and goes back up. But the trend line is still intact. So now what are we looking for on the SPY? Well, let's look for a couple things, y'all. Now we're going to do what's called some surgical pattern right now. Here's what we're going to do. So in order for us to win, we want to see buyers reclaim this what? Previous all-time high. You also want to see buyers what? Respect this support level. So you may see them recall that. You may see them bounce here. You may see them play here. But this now becomes what? Resistance. Resistance is what? 755. So you may see them hit this, come back down. Why? Because this is support. Why is this a double support? Which comes what? Confluence. Why is it confluence? Because you're respecting this previous all-time high and you're respecting what? The trend line. So now you bounce off the support. You want to see it come back up. Now you want to see it reclaim. You want to see it reclaim that 755. Why? Because the last time it was at 755 over here, what did it do? Fall down. How many times? You got 1 time, you got 2 times, you got 3 times. Then you may, if it does this, you got 4 times. So that means 755 is the resistance that you now have to reclaim. Cool. Once you reclaim 755, you want to see it go up. You want to see it here. Why? Because now you want to go back to the previous all-time high. You want to go back and reclaim all-time high. That may take a week. But what you got to do is be able to be patient to let the crock pot cook. The problem is because we don't understand structure and we look at the day traders like, oh, bro, the day trader's killing it. Salute to them, because guess why? If the day trader's making money, that means what? The machine still work. You got to let a day trader be a day trader. You got to let a swing trader be a swing trader. You got to let a position trader be a position trader. But every group of traders are looking for something different. Don't never envy nobody else making money. Look at somebody else making money and saying, bro, you know what that means? The machine still work. Now, if you're on the sell side of it, let's break it down again. And I hope this is working for somebody. I hope this is working for somebody. I hope this is working for somebody. On the sell side of it, well, Trap, what do we got to look for? Well, you want to do this on the sell side of it. You say, all right, well, you want to see it. You don't want to see it even break this previous all-time high, right? You don't want to see it go that. You want to see it come down. You want to see it break the moving average stack, and you want to see it do what? Break the what? Trend line. You want to see it break that trend line because why? Because the trend line then becomes what? Resistance. So now what'll happen is it'll break the trend line, it'll come back up, and then it'll fall back down, it'll break down. The next level from the trend line gonna definitely be this right here. Why? Because you found this equal low right here. So you break the trend line coming down, your next thing gonna be looking at is this right here, 731. That's what you're gonna look at. So now, all you gotta do is say, hey, I just gave you 2 scenarios. What you gotta do is look at the SPY and say, bro, I know exactly what I'm looking for. Right? I just gave you some surgical pattern right now. That's it. So now, I, as a trader, I'm not tripping. I'm like, bro, like, I'm cool. Because I'm not, but what happens is, 1, you see something. 2, you letting the internet tell you something else. That's going to be the most dangerous thing to a lot of people is the internet. Because when the sky is falling, the internet say, the sky is falling, it's going down, we're getting a crash.
we about to die. The world coming to an end. Stock market going to zero. You're going to be broke tomorrow. Get your money out the market. And now you can't even focus on what you see on the chart because all you hear is it's red. And then don't take it. Donald Trump just now you blame him. Donald Trump. Now you can't see now you can't see the market. Now you can't see the market. All you gotta do is say, hey, let me turn the goddamn TV off. Let me get off Twitter. Let me get off Instagram. Let me get off YouTube. And let me look at the goddamn on chart. Because it's not going to lie to me. It's not going to lie to me. If I got to take a loss, let me just take the loss and go about my business. Like we talked about the people over here. Bro, they got everybody. Here, here, here. They knocked them out the park. Pop, you go. Pop, you go. Pop, you go. Picking them off. Guess what everybody did right there? Take my loss. I'm good. I'm not crying about it. But the machine still works. You just get back to it. All right, let me distract. I mean, this is a distraction. That's a distraction. That's a distraction. Let me get on the chart. When shit really getting real in the market, I'm like, all right, let me look at the chart, fam. I may get a little quiet so I can analyze, okay, I'm going here, I'm going here, I'm going here, I'm see what's going on. All right, I'm cool with that. I'm not tripping. Bet. One, because I know I'm dependent on me, but cool, I know my people dependent on me. So I'm going to get a little quiet because I need to analyze what's going on because I know it's a lot of noise. And the chart going to just tell you what you need to do. Do I need to, and I tell everybody, when it get noisy like that, it's time for you to decrease the size. Because I'm not going to act like you're not human, so you're not going to, let's decrease the size. That way I know I'm not revenge trading, I'm not over leveraging, I'm not trying to, I'm okay. All right, let's go through a couple more things right quick. Y'all mind if I go through a couple more chart things right quick? Let me know in the chart. Let me know in the chart right quick if I can go through a couple more things right quick. If y'all like this, because I really want to I want us to get in, I wanted to get busy, man. Y'all mind if we go through a few more things in the chart? Let's go through a couple more things in the chart, man. Dude, Trump, we ain't never said Trump don't affect the market. We said you got to still pay attention to the chart. We ain't never said Trump don't make calls and turn the market around or dump the market down. When have I not said that? I've lost money because Trump pissed the market off. Why do you think I lost 1.5 million last year? That wasn't because the market just wanted to dump off. The market was ready to go. He came and started pressing buttons. Hey, I want to move this around, move that around, move this around, move that around, move this around. I lost 1.5 million because he came in that bitch pressing buttons. But guess what? I ain't say it, man. I ain't playing this game no more. I said, bro, the machine still work.
What this one do?
Yeah, let me see what this, but I wonder if I have to press this. Nuclear bomb. That. We never say he on it. I would be lying to you. But I've made money and lost money. But guess where the most money get made from? No matter what he do, I got to get up on here and see what's going on. Because I can't time what he going to do. But guess what I can do? When he do something, I'm on here looking for what level is it breaking? Where is it breaking down at? Where can I get back in at? What am I looking for? Because no matter what he do, this ain't going to lie to me. This ain't going to lie to me. I just got to slow down so I can read this. All right, let's look at MU right quick. Let's look at MU right quick. So we still in our MU play. I never got out of it. Am I still locked on? Am I still my screen locked on? All I want to do is say one thing right here. Again, we got it again. We got a classic stage 2 right here. Classic stage 2 right here. Classic stage 2. Boom. You're getting these highs. Boom. Boom. That's what I tell people. You got to understand. Watch this. All-time high. Here comes a, well, this is a higher high. This is a what? Higher low. What happens from there? It has to create a what? To create a what? To create a what? Then you create a what?
Now, watch this. You break this, and then you break. You don't necessarily, I'm going to put this out here. I want to stretch this. See if I touch it now. I'm going to just stretch it out. Remember, this is your higher low right here. I mean, this is your higher high. So watch what happens. It comes down. It creates this. Then we go up. No, we come here. So we create this. We create this. Then we create this, which is essential. We good with that. I don't have a problem with that. Now, here's what happens here. 100% you get a head and shoulders. That's it right there. Can't deny it. We see it. Well, what happens from the head and shoulders? Comes down. Well, what does it come down to? Man, look at this gap right here. Beautiful. What does it do in the gap? Break the 50, break the 20, comes into the gap. What happens? Reclaim. Buyers load up, reclaim, gap up, get another what? Gap up. Here we are. Let's clear the screen off so we can see what's going on. Right? So let's just talk about it right quick. Here's our all-time high. We marked that out, right? That's our all-time high. Now, after we mark the all-time high, now we got to go mark off what we see on the chart. Now, this chart here is interesting because it's not a pretty chart. It's choppy. So you gotta do what I call it in, like you gotta put the binoculars on. Because it's not a pretty chart. You got gap up everywhere. Right? And that can be confusing. So let's just put the binoculars on. Right? So what do we got? We got the all-time high right here. Right? Now watch this. You have an all-time high here. Right? Previous all-time high here. Now you got a one here. Now we're gonna change the color on these. Watch this. We're gonna change it from white to orange. So you got one here. You got this higher low here. All-time high, you got a higher low here. Now watch this because this is critical. This is tricky. You get an actual all-time high right here. But then, so that's the higher high. That goes from here to here. But then here, you get the low. And then from there, you get the all-time high. Right? We just looking at structurally what it looking like. That's all. We just looking at it, structurally what does this look like. So then you, from there, you do what? You come down. Well, what happens here? Well, you break this structure. Okay, we see it. And then what happens here? You break this structure. Do you break this one? Nope, but you do break this one. Remember, you're just paying attention to what's going on. Support, I'm gonna show you something. It supports on it twice, then it breaks down. Then you create what? High, lower high, lower high. What's the next thing in the trend count? Lower low. We here. We had a gap fill reversal, cleaned up the gap. So now what happens? We get a close above the 50. What do you want to see with MU happen? Well, it's kind of simple. We ain't going to stretch it. We ain't going to do nothing crazy. All we want to say is, let me see, MU closed at 970. It's currently at 989. So that means tomorrow we're going to get up with a gap up. Well, if you're looking at it, you saying, Trap, I want to see a couple of things. I want to see it, one, open up, but most importantly, close above this. Why? Because I can now it's taking out that what? That last higher low that was set on the left side. I want to see it take that out, but also now it's reclaim the 50, it's reclaim the 20. That's showing buyer strength. Now that it's showing buyer strength, what am I looking for? I know one thing. If I get in a trade tomorrow, if you was to get in a trade tomorrow, I wouldn't mind you saying, bro, this is my next strike price right here. Why? Because that's an address that it already been to. So now you want to see it go, boom, you know it's a mover. So you know MU move, it moved $100 today. $90 today. So you know it's a mover. So it ain't going to move in $3, $4, $5. It's going to move in 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. It's moving like that. So what do you want to see? I want to see what it does at 1089.28. $1089.28. So that's going to be the next resistance point. What do you want to see it do? Now I want to see this 20 turn. That's what I'm looking for.
I'm looking for that 20 to hook back up, not keep falling down. I wanted to reclaim this, and once it reclaimed this, now I know buyers are back in control. How do I know they're back in control? Because you reclaimed the what? A what? P-A-T-H. Let's rock. That's what we're looking for. We don't got to panic. We don't got to get scared. If it breaks down, what am I looking for? Support, I want it to come right back here, but I don't want it to lose the 50. If it loses the 50, where is it going? It's going right back down to here. I'm not scared. If it goes back down to 860, I'm like, all right, cool. I need you to hold 860. If it breaks 860 and you're in a play, you might be forced to get out of there. Why? What's your next place you're looking for? 860, let's draw it all the way over. Did a small gap fill reversal. You know what I'm saying? So now you're saying, can it come here? Does it have a little bit more left in here? But it got a little bit more left in there. If not, if you get past 860, you know you might be going down further. Because now there's nothing in the gap fill at 800. So now you're looking for the next level of support. Or does it get support at 816 from that previous all-time high? Come on. You saw that boy go surgical over there? That boy shot the harpoon. That what they call when they hit the shark? A harpoon. That boy, I got you. Hook it. Hook it. Hook it. And so now you're telling yourself, does it fall there? If it falls past 816, now you're looking at 644. That's a huge fall. So my guess is if it comes back down to 860, I'm saying if it breaks 860, I got to get up out of there. Because from 860 to 816 is a huge fall. If it breaks 860, now you're looking at 644. Now you got to go to a smaller time frame to try to find. That ain't my lane. Because now that structure get a little weaker than what I like. Remember, the smaller the time frame, the weaker the structure. If you're a long-term trader. So if I'm looking for at a smaller time frame, now I'm going to swing trade. To day trade, or I'm going to scalping. That's when those smaller time frame key levels matter. Well, because I ain't looking for that, because I'm a swing trader, these bigger time frame key levels mean more to me than the small ones. Am I making sense? All right, I'm gonna talk to y'all about one more. Can I talk to y'all about one more?
Keep cooking. They saying you real on this one.
They like it?
Good lesson.
They like what we doing? All right, so we may just have to take some of the other stock stuff out because we cooking, you know what I'm saying? So we'll just take some of the stock stuff out. I'm cool with that tonight.
Yeah. Plus we're about to hit 3,000 in the chat.
Yeah, I'm 100% cool with that tonight. If we got to take some of the other stock stuff, the information away, I'm cool with that because we navigating the chart with them. How y'all feeling in the chat about this, man? Talk to me in the chat if y'all really feeling it. Talk to me in the chat if y'all really feeling it. Tell me how y'all feeling. Tell me how y'all feeling in the chat. Tell me how y'all feeling in the chat.
They like, yes, please, cook, brother. This is good. Yeah. Let's work. Take that out. You know what I'm saying? Book it.
What did they say?
Book it.
Book it! All right, let's go a little deeper. I don't mind going a little deep if y'all want to go a little deeper. We on that type of time tonight. I'm on that type of time tonight. I may put, man, Mike Rob up. Let my dog get a little shine. Let my dog get a little shine. Mike my dog up. Because the futures market open, Rob. Mike my dog Rob up. You got your computer? You got your computer, Rob?
Yeah.
Can we, how would it look to put Rob up here? Because we could do a little futures action tonight. How would that look if we did a little futures action tonight?
I'm with all that.
How we look if we could did a little futures action?
Yeah, let's get it.
Will we have like 3 minutes to maybe run the Patreon? Wallstreet number.
We got the mentorship joint.
We can run that too. Yeah. All right. So let's look at STX. So I made this play at the end of the day. George Slick Ass gonna text me at the end of the day today talking about you dirty dog. Or you been waiting to get your lick back. I said, I want every dime. But I was patient. You feel me? I was patient.
So let's talk about, and I'm thinking about doing something on my channel. Let me know what y'all think. I'm thinking about doing a Sean and Rob futures segment on the Wall Street Trapper channel, where they just talk about futures. Them two going through it. Dot, 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 dot. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Let me know how y'all feel about that, because I know we got some futures traders in the lab. I'm thinking about getting a Sean and Rob on the Wall Street Trapper channel. On the Wall Street Look Like Us channel, and let them talk futures and trade. Let them go back and forth. Kind of like, what you call it? Scarface and Nas. Y'all don't know about that. You wet who I want wetted. I wet who you want wetted. Any can get it. You don't know about that. You don't know about that, Kenny. Kenny V, you was somewhere doing a tango, boy. You don't know about that?
Wait, because he Dominican?
Hit me with the wet bar.
He do look like he would do that, too. What's the joint when they spin them? Yeah.
They was doing that, yeah. Let's go. All right, so let's talk about this one right here. Again, let's just talk about it. So again, we have a series. And again, if y'all notice, the process is simple. That's our all-time high, right? Here's our high, right? Here's our high, right? And let's change the color. Here's our low. Let's create it. We'll change that color to red. We'll change that color to blue. All right? Here's another low. All right? So structurally, that's intact. So what happens? Well, what happens is we hit the all-time high. Once you hit all-time high, what happens? You get digestion again, right? But this one came back a little bit stronger. So what happens is you get the breakdown, and then buyers step in because you get the gap up, but then sellers push that down. They neglect it. So now you get a lower high. From there, you come all the way back down. But remember, now that becomes full-blown selling pressure, right? But notice, think about it, in the trend count, what is that? In the trend count, now you flip. Why? Because you have now, watch what I'm about to do here. You've now broken this high, right? And you've broken this low. So what happens here? From here, you now create what's called a what? Let's change the color. If you come into the downside, what do you create? Oh, I had it at blue, so let's keep it blue. No, you created what here? You've created a what? What have you created? You created, right? Right? And then from here, you create this, which is a what? We'll change that to that. Now, what is this? It becomes a what? Right? This high is lower than that high. Then that low is lower than that low. And then from that count, what comes next in the trend count? Here, which is considered a what? So then you get this. Now, this is going to be important. There you go. I see y'all in the chat. 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 You hear me? All right. So now, what's the next thing in the list? Let's talk about what happened. So now, structurally, you've broken what's going on. But notice what it did, though. Let's take this back a little bit. Let's take this back a little bit. I really want to get rid of this so I can talk to y'all. Boom. I want to hit this one again. Boom. But notice here, you came down to create a what? Let's write this down. Let's write this down. Come on, Sean. You see it. We create an equal low. Why is equal lows so important? Because equal lows equal what? Liquidity. Liquidity. Mm-hmm. Notice it comes right to that equal low, and then what happens? Buyers step in. Buyers step in. Buyers step in. we go up. But notice they step in, and then what happens when they step in? Where do they stop at? Where do they find resistance at? Well, they find resistance at this what? Let's talk about it. That's how we let the chart talk to us. They find resistance at that what? Essentially, that was a higher low. But now that becomes what? Resistance. Because we back on the come up. So notice it comes. Watch this. You see that wick that breaks that red line? Guess what that wick does? Take them stop losses out. Why? Because you had some sellers in there that said, if it breaks this, I got to get out of the trade. So what does it do? They go up, they take those stop losses out, then they do what? Come back down because sellers do what? Sellers absorb the buying pressure. But then the next day, what do you get with this small little, get a gap up. Boom, but what does the gap up do? It's not just the gap up, it's what the gap up does. The gap up closes, because what's the most important part of the candle? The close. So what does the gap up do? It closes above that what? Higher low. That's important. Because even though it gapped up, you didn't get a lot of movement, but it reclaimed old territory. That was a pivotal point. That was pivotal. What do you get the next day? Another gap up. What does that gap up do? Reclaim what? Previous all-time high. But notice what it does. It reclaims it with the gap up, come down, test the previous all-time high. What does that do? Take them stop losses out. Take them stop losses out. And then what does it do? Now I push up, it reclaims the 50 and the 20. That's the two lines. We get a close above the 50 and the 20. I entered the trade today. When it came all the way down to the 50, I said, hey, y'all, I'm getting back in. It reclaimed the 50, and we got the rest of it at the end of the day. I said, hey, and I ain't gonna lie, I told my people this. I said, this is an aggressive trade. The reason why it was an aggressive trade because the play was already up 9% out the gate from this morning. Yeah. Normally, you never want to get in a trade like that because it's all, but this is such a mover. So I'm saying, all right, y'all, I want to watch it to see what it gives up throughout the day. So it gave up some of the 20, and once it hit the 50, I said, hey, y'all, because I reclaimed new territory, because it reclaimed that previous all-time high, I'm willing to enter this trade because if I can get close to a close above the 50, I can get in the trade to 345. It closed above the 50, we reclaimed the 20, we got to close above the 20. I said, hey, y'all, this is a really, really, really aggressive trade. I don't lie to my people. I said, this is a really, really, really aggressive trade. I reclaimed the 50 at the end of the day. I like it. I'm willing to sit through it. We probably got in at about 385 or something like that. And it is now 896, but you know that's overnight. Anything can change in the morning. Mm-hmm. We can get a bombing by the night and the whole market flush out. Remember the 10-year yield is at 4.6. That's dangerous. Gas prices, crude oil prices pushing 85. They're going to push 90 by the end of the week. That's dangerous. Yeah. No Fed talk this week. We got a Fed talk next week on rate hikes. That's dangerous. We got some job data coming out at the end of the week. That's dangerous. And at the price point of this stock, at the price point of these options at $200, so it's about $20,000 a pop, I said, hey, y'all, like the way this is, like I'm not going to never leave my people in the blind. I said, it's dangerous, so be careful. But that's what we're looking for. So what I'm looking for now, we get a close above that. My next look is at 966. Why 966, Trap? Because I want to see, does it come back up here? Does it find this as old what? Resistance. What was my strike price for the day? You'll see it later, 900. Why 900, Trap? Well, because the last time we hit this right here at 937, we fell back down. That was the last lower high in the trend count that pushed us back down. So I'm gonna use that as my old strike price. I don't know how nobody else use their strike prices, but I find strike prices from old addresses that we already visited. I don't do blue sky territory strike prices. I find strike prices from old resistance that we already visited, and now I know if it gets there, I know now I could be expecting a little pullback, so now I know I can take profit getting close to that. If I take some off the table by the time it gets to that, if it breaks it, I can let the rest run. If I take profit once it gets to it, I know I made some house money, and now I'm just looking at where the next support at.
Am I helping y'all right now?
That's good.
What SMA am I using? I'm using the SMA 50, the SMA 20, and the SMA 200. My apologies, because I'm supposed to have my volume up here. I apologize for that. Let me add it right now. I don't know why I didn't have it up here for y'all. That's truly my apology. And we look at the volume chart. If we look at the volume chart, we look at the last 2 days, it was more buying pressure than selling pressure, which means buyers are not shrinking that supply. That's what we want to see. I want to do something right quick. Give us a 5-minute break. I'm going to let my guy Rob come up here. We're going to run some, You going to do it from there? You can do it from there? Let's go. Let's Rob talk to him for a second, man.
All right, so we're going to run a video first.
Run a video right quick.
So if you are thinking about attending the 2-day challenge with Wall Street Trapper, you want to be here for both sessions, because day 1, we learn all the foundationals. But day 2, I mean, when I tell you that I feel like I am so equipped to execute.
You will learn everything that you need to learn to absolutely crush it in the marketplace. I guarantee that. Look, I came in not knowing anything at all. Now I feel fully confident about mastering the markets.
Oh man, the experience it was just mind blowing. Trap is real transparent, man. No person left behind. He gonna sit, walk you through it, you know what I'm saying? And making sure Wall Street look like us is really us.
And today was a big eye opener for me, because market structure really like my aha moment. So I see me really doing great things now and going home and doing my homework.
This again is truly a game changer. I promise you, you guys will not be disappointed.
I've invested in my knowledge and my confidence, and now it just put everything aligned for me, and we're gonna make this money. Let's go.
If you're on the fence about joining the mastermind, get off. Just jump. I've done it, and I can tell you it's worth it.
If you're gonna invest in anything, invest in your knowledge. Your number one asset is your brain. We gotta keep this legacy going so we can be able to get generational wealth for our families and keep it moving.
He dropped the VCR. He dropped Vinton VCR? Benton, I ain't paying for it, cuz. Don't even send me no invoice, cuz. Who birthday tomorrow? Yeah, don't send me nothing, cuz. I'm letting you know now. Miss April, I ain't drop it. Rob dropped it. Don't send me nothing. Send that invoice to Rob. That reimbursement, don't send that reimbursement to me. No, sir. Don't send that reimbursement to me at all. Come on, Rob, you got 5 minutes, cuz.
All right, so let's book it. Let's book it real quick. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to jump on this.
What you looking at? Tell them what you looking at.
Nah, we're looking at the NASDAQ right now. We're going to look at the MNQ. Shout out to my girl, Belina, because I know she on there looking for this. So I'm going to jump right over to the daily chart real quick.
I don't see Rob chart, though.
Shit, me, it's on there.
Oh, I see it.
All right, so real quick. And we just make it simple. So now first thing we want to do is we want to look for our areas of the range in price, right? So where's the key support areas and where the key resistance at, so we can see where we got the movement. So the first thing I'm looking for is just looking at the obvious areas of where the market actually stopped at. So now you're going to get you a circle tool. We see that we already started right here. This little pencil shit. There. Then we got our range in price right here. So now these two lows, equal lows, is on top of.
What chart you on right now, Rob?
I'm on the micro E-mini.
What
for the
time
NASDAQ.
frame you on?
This is the NASDAQ futures right here. So the NASDAQ futures is going to be important because that's going to mirror what you're doing over there on the stock side to give you an early window as far as what y'all can expect tomorrow. So when I see some type of bullish action that's setting up for the overnight session in futures, it's giving me a little bit of an idea what I can expect in the movement for looking at the NASDAQ the next day. Because your futures in the tech section is going to lead the direction or lead the momentum going into what you're looking at for the next day on the equity market. So you're going to use two of them together like two halves of a whole to give you a little bit of an edge. So now what I'm looking for in this is to see where we at in this current movement, to see where is our actual level going to leading to for tomorrow, because we're on a daily chart, and as a day trader, I'm gonna zoom into this area. All I wanna do is mark off where my previous day high was at, and then where my previous day low is at, which lines up directly with that key area of support that we bounced on back in June, about a couple weeks ago, bounced on back in June. So now in this area, we know that it's already been tested once, and we held here the second time, but now also in this area what make it key is we got a downward trend line that's forming. Now this downward trend line, when we looking at it, what we looking to see is, are we gonna stop where that previous day high is at, which is directly underneath that structure that we broken, or do we reclaim this area? So if the market reclaims this area, then what we're looking for is the break to get above this to say that the bulls is back in control. So now when we start zooming in and look at our setups on a smaller time frame, we go down to the 4-hour chart, what we looking for is, where is the area that if we are gonna be able to ride this move out, we looking at this first area of resistance for the overnight, and when it falls back down, how far down we fall down to. So what we looking for is this. The market does come back down, the likelihood of where it stops at is the same sequence of a structure. Well, this area was my last internal high that was broken. So if the market pushes down and holds at this same area, I'm expecting a bounce to be here. And because it's a short-term move, I'm willing to take my move right back up to the same level. I can take profit at this first location. So that's gonna be for an immediate move. As I zoom into my 2-hour and then look at my 1-hour, what I'm looking for is a consistency here based on this pullback. So this area where this pullback is at here, we want to see now that we're looking at this 1-hour chart, is this going to be the location that we stop at? So what I'm going to want to do is take a horizontal ray, drop a line right here, and then I'm going to set an alert on it so that way I ain't got to sit here and stare at the chart. And when the market come down to that level, this would be the area that I'm going to be willing to buy at once it finish out the pullback. This pullback that's happening right here, we expecting that move to come down and set us up for the opportunity of a new higher low in the sequence of the same movement that we was looking for in the higher time frame. We see that we got the higher high up here. That higher high came down and made a higher low down in this low area. That pushed all the way up, and when we pushed up, we got to the high of yesterday. This high of yesterday was at 29,186. That would have been my high for Monday. So now what we're going through the Tuesday movement kept going, and as you can see, we got up here and we tested that all the time, our new high at 29,350. So this 350 pulling back on the 1-hour. The 1-hour is gonna give me the clearest setup for me to get into the move once it get down to this location. So it's what, about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock now? So usually around about 10:30. If this move is already pulling down into this area, what I'm looking for is I'm gonna go down to a 30-minute, then I'm gonna look at a 15-minute, and what I'm looking for is a candle reversal to the upside once it gets down here. So at this point, this is gonna be the same exact thing Trav was doing on a swing trade, but I'm doing it on a smaller increment of time because I'm still looking for a retest of the same structure. That structure pullback is pulling back on the previous highs that's broken right here. So now this old ceiling of resistance becomes my new support, and that's gonna be my setup looking at this particular move on the NASDAQ for the overnight play. Now, if we get a bullish push off of this and go into the London session, which is gonna be an overnight, that London momentum and that London volume is gonna carry that movement to go up here and break this previous or this current high right here at the 29,350 level. And once we take that out, that becomes new support. So even if you didn't catch it tonight, when you wake up in the morning, that's essentially what you're looking for. You're looking for the movement. You're looking for the movement to go from here, above this green line, above this white line, and then once it break above that, in the morning, what I would look for is a pullback on top of it. It becomes our new support, and it'll create the same sequence. So when the market is moving in waving patterns. That waving pattern, what we're looking for is where's the most likely area that it's going to stop at, which is typically going to be the last ceiling that we broke above. So this would be my setup in 2 locations. I got one around 29,210, 29,200, and then my second one will be after we break this high at 29,349. After I take that move back up, I'll wait for the pullback on top of that. That'll be my second play right here on the NASDAQ futures. Now, once you look at the NASDAQ futures, your next thing that you're going to want to look at is going to be your ES, which is the S&P 500 for futures. Now, the S&P 500 for futures kind of got the same exact type of energy. What happens is now when I'm looking at it to give me an idea as far as, is this just going to give me some type of lead going into my next day? So I'm going to start back on my daily chart again. I'm going to squeeze it back down. And what I'm looking for in this is where are the edges of the market moving at so I can kind of put a frame around it. Now, a little bit different, marking off my all-time high area, it gives me a horizontal resistance and support area. If I look down here for my previous all-time high, which is going to be right here, notice how it lines right back up with that same low of support, which is right here. So now that area of support, if you notice, got higher lows that are being created, and we have now somewhat of a pattern that's being formed. So whenever I see something like that taking place, I'm gonna stretch this trend line out right up to that resistance level, because now what I'm looking for is, do we actually stay with sustained support as the market pushes up, pushes down, create a new higher low, pushes up, pushes down, and we wanna know, do we actually get through this area and break out for a new all-time high as we break the old all-time high, or do we end up getting into this area and it starts breaking back down? If we break back down and break this low, then now we know that the market is going to come back and test this support area that we started at, which is on top of the previous all-time high over here. So now what we would look to do is, immediately above this area, we have the break-in price of that structure of the low. We have a full body candle. That full body candle has to reclaim this same level right here at 7,549. And then once we reclaim that area, we know that the distance of price for this range to go back and challenge the previous all-time high or the current all-time high is enough distance for us to be able to make money on a short-term basis. So now once you mark it up on your daily chart, even as a day trader, I'm still respecting these higher level areas, because these areas are going to be critical because they dictate the boundaries of where the market can go to. Think about it like if you was on a highway and you got the metal guardrails to keep the cars inside the road. Those lines on the road, you could break the line, but then you got to get back inside your lane. But when you look at these areas on a higher time frame, these areas are creating like metal guardrails that's going to keep the price in there until it break out. Now, also the important part about the breakout is the only major institutions and banks have the power to break it out. So if you see that if we get near a key area, like in this case, down at this higher low, and we sustain the market here, then that's because the banks want to be there. And if the banks want to be there, then all we want to do is follow along with the direction that they're traveling in. So how this is going to look is, and you don't need all these drawings, but how this is going to look is, this area right now where we currently at, this is the area to be broken overnight. Now, what I like to do in these type of situations, because we got a 4-hour chart, is mark off this last little congested area down here at the bottom of that area. This congested area becomes a new floor for the market to stand on top of. When we get a new floor for the market to stand on top of, this is the area that I'm gonna look for my first higher low to see if the market starts bouncing up. So from here, if we find a sustainability to push up higher, this is the direction that I'm looking for to enter my trade position. So now when I go down to the 2-hour, then look at the 1 hour, notice that I always go in 4-hour, then 2-hour first, because I need to see how the transition of the time frames worked. Now that I open it up, this is where the body of the candles are stopping at. And at the very least, if I was to take an early entry position, it's going to be as close as possible to being on top of these levels. This right here, this area right here, this area right here, these are all broken highs. This area right here is the breakout of that structure. Right now, on this one candle in particular, I would literally be waiting to see how this slows down to see if we get some type of bullish action. So as we go down to a smaller time frame, 30-minute, then a 15-minute, I got 7 minutes to the close of this candle. But in reality, all I'm waiting for in the close of this candle is for me to see some type of bullish volume come in. The bearish volume consolidate. Down at the bottom, we got the lower volume. I will wait for this candle to close. And once this candle closes, the very next candle, I'm expecting to be a green bullish candle. If I get the green bullish candle, then I'll be ready to take my buy. When I look down at these lower time frames, I'm looking for the immediate sign of a turning point. Right now, we don't have that just yet. So this is where the part of trading that people got to adapt to, that waiting and being patient to let the move develop is a part of your process. You don't want to over jump or over anticipate the move, because if you do, you end up in a situation where you buy and then the market starts pulling back down because it's not finished yet. Now, how you going to know that it's finished? It's because literally we're going to get an indication of a candle pattern that turns in direction that shows me that this is the moment. And all you're doing is sit back and wait after this. So this is our E-mini micro on S&P 500. What I would do is this area right here will be my line in the sand. I'm going to set an alert here so that way if the alert pops off, then we can get into the trade while we're sitting on the show. But that's going to be for the micro ES. Now the last thing I'm going to check, got to go for my gold chart because that's what I trade every day. There's nothing like it. I'm going to go back out to the daily. The sweet thing is about gold, after our last inflation report came back kind of weak, what happened was we seen some bullish activity over here in the gold market. So what I'm gonna do is, let me take these drawings off real quick. Remove all the drawings. And then we're gonna go right back out to the daily. Now this time what I'm looking for is the same thing. I need to know, where did the market actually stop at? So the quick, easy thing to do is go where the current price is at and just see where it stopped at right here. And then I'm gonna pull this over. I'm gonna see that it stopped in the same area of our last major breakout. I'm gonna put a white box around that. Just this one little area of price. And what I'm looking for is identifying in this area, why was this area important? So what you wanna look for is this. Notice how when we were at this price last time, and this was back in October of last year, when we were trading this, the market was just pushing into the 4,000 level. This was a major historic area. So this area is gonna be a key area to look for. From that area, we got the market that broke out, went all the way up to here. We got to our high. After we broke out from that high, the market then pulled back down. When we popped back down, notice how we just touched the top of this zone, which is the top of that breakout. From there, that was our last major higher low, and that higher low took us all the way up to the 5,000 level, which is why this area is so important. So when you're looking for key areas, you want to be identifying why is that area so impactful and what was so significant about the power of that area. Remember, the banking institutions are the only people that can push it up that high. So when the market get that high up, we got to our all-time high. Since that time, we fell back in January. And look at this. Now, this is the last thing. This trend line, we got a clean trend line that came straight down. Today was our first push off of this level. And that push off that level looked like we have a trend line break. So when we get something significant like that and we have a trend line break, this is now going to lead to potential buyers that's on the buy side of a trend line breakout who are going to want to buy it as it's breaking out. So what we want to do is identify, if it does break out, where's the most likely area for it to stop. What I'm looking for is the last lower high that caused for this move to go down. And this lower high area between this space from this lower high to right about in this breakout area where there's one red candle at, this is what's been keeping our movement sideways. Now what happens is, this is where you start looking for patterns. We got to move up, we reject it, we got to move down, we look like we got another potential move up. Well, if this is going to be a double bottom on a daily chart, this could be the beginning of a new uptrend. This new uptrend gives us opportunity as a day trader to make money from inside this space of this range of distance. This little distance from 400 or 4,100 to 4,200 is enough distance that we can make immediate money. Then we're going to zoom into the 4 hour. 4 hours still following the same pattern. And then from there, we're going to zoom over. I'm going to move this out my way. I'm going to go down to the 2 hour. On my 2 hour, still got the same pattern. This is where you get time frame alignment, where we can see all the windows is looking exactly the same. And then now we got all the way down to our 1 hour time frame that we can see that there's also an internal trend line that's being created here. So what this does is it gives me the idea of being able to say, okay, if I want to buy it right here, I'm going to go down to my smaller time frame, 30 minute, then I'm going to go 15 minute. And what I'm looking for is an entry point that's going to give me a cheaper cost, but give me a better location. So right now, where it's currently at, if I was to hit the buy button here, I'm going to add on my contract size, and then I'm going to buy it right here. So notice that it already put me way up here. That's because we on a delayed data right here on this particular setup, because this is not my BCI, unfortunately. But what happened is, this entry point that would have been here, what this has shown me in real time is that the market currently is at 41.19. This letter D that's in the left-hand corner, that just shows that this is delayed data. That's just because we just did this on the fly to show you what it looked like. But this area where I'm seeing it at is the area I'll be buying it from. And what this has shown me is that the current price is way up here. We would have made all of this money, which would have been about $5,000 if we got our entry right here at this same location while this market is riding up. In its current sense, because the market is already here in real time, it's showing me that based on this demo account, me entering right here, it just puts my entry up here, which is not that big of a deal of difference for this current cent, but this is just how you enter into that trade. Now my stop loss will be directly underneath this low, and what that means is if this market was to fail against me and fall, then I only want to lose a small amount of money so it can take me out. But if this market continues to move higher, then what I need to look for is where my target would be, which in this case, I'm gonna target the higher part of the range, going back up to the top of that trend line. And what I will look for is I'll pull this TP out, and if it go up to 41.52, then I make 8,400. If it go back below this level, then I end up taking that risk of the $4,000. Now that's a 2-to-1 risk reward. So the dollar amount you don't really want to get caught up on. What you want to understand is the structure in which it's setting up by, and then based on that structure, can you make your next move? But that's pretty much it. So this is how you look at a short-term move. I know I said that quick, but notice that we started off with the daily time frame to get our boundaries of the price. Where is it being controlled at? And then based on those boundaries, we went into the smaller time frame to find the best location for an entry. And that type of location setup is what's going to give me my immediate trade. Now, these moves play out within like a couple minutes to an hour or two. So at least by about 10:30, 11 o'clock, I will come back and check in. I would expect to see the market at least somewhere above 41.25 or 41.30 going in that direction. But this is how it looks. So while it's moving like it's moving right now, we can come back and check it before the show is over, and then you'll see where this market is mushed out. Now, as you can see, the numbers is changing. These numbers is changing because it's money that we making. Once we pass back above this blue line and we get to that green line up top, that'll be how much profit we made. And that's how you do a day trade in less than 5 minutes. Boom. That was my moment. Boom. I ain't got no soundboard. There you go. All right, so now that's futures trading. Now, futures trading is delicate because you don't want to run at the market and have to put a bunch of money into it. So it's a sweet scenario where you can use a smaller amount of money to make a large amount, but you got to be on point about where you get into your entries at, because we're using small time frames. You might see that this is a good location, but you might be too early on the move. If you're too early on the move, then you just got to be prepared to get out of it so that way you don't lose too much money. But now at the same time, knowing your confirmation points, understanding the sequence of a higher low makes a higher high, all of these things add up to my reason and my ability to be able to make this trade and say, okay, I know exactly what I'm looking for. Down at the bottom, notice that my volume bars are coming up just like they would on a daily chart. So anytime you look for confirmation in your candle pattern, your volume bar is what's giving you that. And then that confirmation at the right location is what gives you a valid setup. And the rest of it, man, you let the market play out, because once you enter the trade, as long as you made a confident decision, there's nothing else you can do about that. But that's it. I appreciate you, bro.
That's it. Let's go.
All right, let's get it.
Gotta ask my dog Sean, how you feel about that, Sean?
Nah, he cooked up. We gotta do this again.
Got young Sean up next. You know what I'm saying? We cooking over here. You know what I'm saying? We cooking over here.
Man, some of the folks were saying, look, I done watched hundreds of videos. This last 30 minutes done changed my life.
We like
just
dog.
that. I say, oh yeah, jump in the mentorship.
We coming different, dog.
Yeah.
Doing something different, dog. You know what I'm saying? We ain't coming to just like fluff people and, oh, we gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. We putting our money where our mouth at.
That's your voice for today.
We gotta do this, we gotta do that. I wanna see this, we putting our money where our mouth at. You know what I'm saying? We coming with it over here. All right, Jose, the people want to see the money. Let's show the people the money, goddamn.
Let's get it.
Let me know in the chat how y'all felt about what we just did just now. Let me know in the chat how y'all felt about, you know, what we just did right now. I know some people are like, I don't know, Trey. Like, that was a little, It's all right. We're going to bring you, you know what I'm saying? We're going to bring you with us. You know what I'm saying? All about value adding right here. All about value adding. We don't want to just be, you know, a great show. We want to be a great educational platform. We don't want to just entertain you. We want to train you. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to just show you we hunting. We want, hey, get your gear. Like, we don't want to just show you we hunting. We want to say, hey, everybody get their gear. Load up. No more ISO. It's a team sport. All right, triangle offense.
And get the harpoon.
No more ISO. Triangle offense. Coming off the bench. Plug him in. Time to go. Matter of fact, hold up, dog. I need to call my dog right quick. I need to call my dog right quick. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. I need to call my dog. Damn, boy, that haircut make a nigga look like a... Damn! That haircut changed the game, you hear me? That boy sharp. Ooh, that boy sharp.
Come on, brother.
Say, brother.
Are we trapping? We trapping?
Now you know we trapping, brother.
Come on, we live right now. I see the mic, nigga.
Come on, we live right now, brother.
Come on, what we doing?
Man, when we going on tour again, dog?
Oh, man, come on, hold off on that. Hold on. Either the end of the year or top of the year.
End of the year, bro.
Yeah, so
come on, we need to hear hood hymns. You know what I just played just now for him? Oh, Lord.
Come on. I know that's your favorite.
Come on, bro. It's my favorite. I just was like, dog, I ain't seen the show. I need the last show I was at was so electrifying, bro. You know what I love about you, bro? Like, you are truly one of it. There's nobody else like Toby.
Come on, bro. Talk to the people.
There's nobody else like you. Right? And I was telling them, and I'm going to get to my show, but I was telling them, like, I say, you know what? I say, I rock with some real dudes that, like, got an authentic blueprint. And I was saying, like, my dog really went through the fire to get, you know, to the level he was at, right? His wife, I said, I ain't never heard too many dudes be like, dog, my girl, nah, that's my nigga.
Come on, Trap Live.
You know I love my sister, you hear me? You know I love her, you hear me? And, what's up, Fat? And I was like, my dog really went through the fire. His girl supported him all the way. And then once he got the game, he was like, hey, Trap, it's her turn now. I'm about to watch the kids.
Come on, somebody got to do it.
I say, bro, I ain't never heard nobody use that. It was like, bro, I'm like, what? You like, no. I learned all this and now it's her turn. Like, I'm going to put everything into her that I learned. Like, she the superstar. And I was like, bro, that was so phenomenal for me to hear. Like, no. I went through the fire. She supported me, but I learned everything we learned, but now I'm going to pour it all into her so she can be the superstar. So when I saw the single she dropped, immediately in my mind, I remembered everything you told me. I was like, damn, it really is her turn.
Hey, look, I'm going to give you something exclusive.
Come on.
Remix on the way.
Y'all heard it on Trapping Tuesday first.
Come on, remix on the way. Come on.
I'm a holla at you. Brother! Give it a beat.
Come on.
Come here.
Come on.
I love you, brother. All right, let's show the people the money right quick, Jose. Let's show the people the money right quick. The people want to see the money. We got to show them the money. I don't care. All right, let's get to it. All right, so we're looking at the money right quick. So Caterpillar play is down, but we ain't tripping. CrowdStrike play, strike. CYRX play I got in last week, not mad. Datadog down 2%, not mad. Dell ate some money today, down a little bit, not mad. FTNT, not mad. Now I may get out of this play. Depending on what I see tomorrow. Now, tomorrow morning is going to be nasty work for us. Because we got GEV up. And I forgot to put the hedge for the put in at the end of the day. Because I got in the STX play. Yeah. And I was like, all right, I need to hedge this GEV play. But by the time I did that and this and that, I was like, damn, it's 359. I can't even play my people like that. So I had to just ride it out like, damn, we raw dogging. In the morning, we out here. Yeah. We outside. We outside in the morning like, bruh. So all my GV people, we got earnings in the morning. We down like 6% on a play. I'm cool with being down 6%. I'm not cool with down being 6% with no protection on the other side. That's what I'm not down. I'm not cool with that.
Because I'm not up enough to have a cushion, and I'm down just enough to where we fall, I'm underwater big time. Right now, I'm down like 6%. I'm like, it don't really matter. I'm cool. But anything go wrong, I'm underwater tomorrow. You feel me? But I'm talking about before the bell ring. Bing, bing, bing. Poof, I'm flushed out. I'm like, ah. And G is what? Man, that $10 don't mean nothing. That $10 don't mean nothing when they got an earnings call tomorrow morning. That $10 don't mean nothing. With an earnings up $10, he's like, yeah, it's up $10. That don't mean nothing. They got an earnings call at 8:30. 8:30. Ding, 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 ding. Flush. Finish him. Kill my whole plate. You hear me? And that's why I'm all right now, because none of my plays like too deep underwater. You know what I'm saying? They still in my range. I'm like, I ain't really tripping. I ain't underwater. You know what I'm saying? Like, that'd be my, like, I ain't underwater. Hey, I didn't realize I said that. Bruh said raw dogging in the morning ain't so bad. Hey, bro, what you... Hey, bro, it's not a PG rated show, but you went X rated, bro. You know what I'm saying? We not PG, but you went X rated. He said raw dogging in the morning ain't so...
Nah, I give them rated R, but golly.
Yeah, we go rated R. Cause rated R means some explicit content, few curse words here and there. He went X-rated.
Yeah.
X-rated. But I ain't mad at you because I ain't gonna flush you. I ain't gonna flush you. Little cha-cha here and there. You know. All right, so then we got the FT, then we got the what do I got? Let's go a little further. All right, so then we got Caterpillar. Go a little further. All right, so then we got Google, Goldman Sachs. Now the Google play kind of stressing me. I'm gonna tell you why. So I had came on here and I said, hey y'all, I think that Google is gonna break out. And it didn't break out.
Yeah, it's
I say it's gonna break out and it didn't break out. It broke out, but then it broke down. I don't like that. Don't break out and then break down. Don't break out and then break down. Don't do that. Not when I tell you to break out. When I say break out, break out. Don't break down. So it broke down and it got earnings tomorrow. So the earnings tomorrow gonna be critical because it's not so much about the earnings that's gonna kill them. It's more so about guidance, AI build out. Watch this. Guidance, AI build out, and watch this. Watch this. Cloud infrastructure.
They gotta be farther.
Cloud infrastructure. So that's the thing with Google tomorrow. Eli Lilly, not tomorrow, Thursday. I'm sorry, Thursday for Google. Tomorrow is GEV. Thursday is Tesla and Google. CapEx spend. So tomorrow, so another thing with Eli Lilly, I like what happened with Eli Lilly. So Novo Nordisk beat earnings, beat revenue, beat guidance, and then they sued Eli Lilly. And that caused Eli Lilly to flush off early this morning. But then the people realized, bruh, y'all tripping. So Eli Lilly bounced back and shook all the way up on her. Right? So that's what happened. They shook them out. First people got scared, knee-jerk reaction. Then people realized they lying. So that was good. We got the Meta play. Not really too mad at that play. Got to watch what Meta did. My Monster play kind of mad. We ran up like 15%, and then it just flushed out like Friday. I was like, bro, what's going on with y'all? No, Google is not next Wednesday. You tripping. Google is either Thursday or Friday. I mean, tomorrow evening. All right, tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening. So, yeah, we got a hell of a day tomorrow. Yeah. So then we got the Merck play. We put that in last week. It's going crazy. I like that. We went medical. MU, we stayed there. We stayed at the house. We stayed at the house. We ain't go nowhere. We stayed at the house. Right? We stayed at the house, and here we are. Today, ran up. I took a big dog jump on Nvidia. People were scared of Nvidia. I don't be scared. I don't let the trauma of an old play keep me out of a new play. Right? So what happened with Nvidia was it came down. Now I was mad I didn't get it at the 191. That was the 200-day moving average. Anytime, I keep telling my people this, anytime a stock hit the 200-day moving average and it's a good stock, I'm going leap option. I'm going 12 month on that one. I'm going 12 month, bro. Take me down with the ship. That's institutional support level. On a banger? On a leader? Man, sign me up for that, man. Show me you gonna be down that long, putting up them kind of numbers. I'm from Missouri. Go on, show me, cuz. So I was mad I didn't hit the 191, right? But it dropped down. We struck today. Struck last week, so I'm good with that. Nvidia popped up, but I'm gonna say something to my squad, and I was telling them today, like, don't get too aggressive here because, watch this, leaders haven't taken over. But here's what I will say, and you gotta be mindful when you get these pops because it can really just be a what? Lower high setting up. You know what I'm saying? So we can't be too aggressive here. That run up is just setting us up to come back down. So that's why it's important to see it. Does it reclaim some critical territory? Not too aggressive, but really just like, all right, best. Let's go a little further. Yeah, definitely could be a fake out. And then, man, so the CrowdStrike play, the FTNT play shut out. But Palo Alto kind of like getting shook up right here. And I'm kind of like, I'm not understanding why this one ain't panning out. But I'm mindful because they had some news today that came out that said, is it Oracle? Somebody introducing some cybersecurity today and they giving it away to companies. And I'm like, bro, that shouldn't have nothing to do with that. So we're still in the Q's play, not mad at that. That go to SPY play, and that is the XTS play that I put out today. Trap closed out ASTS. Yeah, I've been closed that out, bro. Yeah, been closed out of that. And that's the STX play I put in at about, I don't know, maybe 345-ish I put it in. Maybe 335, 345, something like that. So as soon as it bounced off the 50, it came down, bounced off the 50, I entered, and, don't look at the $11,000 because in perspective to the position size is not much. I think the position size may be up
I don't know, 2%, 1%, 2%, something like that. So don't look at the position side and be like, dang, Trap made $11,000. No, if you got in when I got in, by the time I got in, we got like a 1.5%, 2% bounce from the close. So that's what you got. So don't think that, dang, but that was perfect entry. It was, I got in at the end of the day. I had been watching it, seeing if it was going to hold. So that's what it is. So I don't want to try to make myself look like a genius. Like, man, we striking. I enter the position. That's about the 2% move based on a position that I had today. So don't be like, damn, that was cold-blooded Trap. I don't like to lie to people, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't got a lot to kick it. You know what I'm saying? Terry Bows. I don't know what that is. I show my losses, I show my wins. I really don't care. I just showing y'all we playing the game. I'm gonna keep playing the game until the game don't got no more. Until they say we shutting the game down. And until that, I'm good. Let's go a little further. So that's what we got right there. Here's the buy and hold. We was up 40%. We only up 29%, and I don't say that lightly. But there we go. Costco, EME, Fix, ITA, MU, Costco. I don't understand. Like Costco and Walmart be pissing me off because sometimes they be swinging for the fences, then sometimes they like, man, we ain't doing it. MU, Nvidia, PWR, STX, TPLWB. So there we go, man. We up. We did 39,000 a day. We up 29%. We was up 40%. So just take note of that. We was up 40%. So anyway, man, if you like what we doing, man, come join the Patreon. Again, I'm transparent with my moves. I don't, my goal is always to show y'all what we doing. Show you wins, show you losses. At the end of the day, my goal is to show you that the game is not broke. My goal is to show you that the game is not broke. So, Jose, roll that beautiful bean footage, bro. Because I got to tell you now to roll the bean footage. Trap.
Showing the Wall Street Trapper. Patreon.
And cut. Somebody asked did I cut? Yep, we did. We cut the SNDK. Yeah, it went down 30%. So I cut it. I just stick to what I was. MU stayed strong. The STX and the STX, that was the $1 million play. It went down 32%, so I cut it. And the SNDK had went down 37%, so I cut it. So it wasn't that I didn't want to, but I'm gonna kind of stick to my logo. I'm gonna try to stick to the mod. I'm gonna stick to the model as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll let it fluctuate a little bit. I'll let it go to 30, 35. If I can look at it and see what the key area that it's going to, I couldn't see it. And so I just had to, damn, let me take this L, but I'm definitely willing to get back in it if it reclaims some territory. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me, y'all. So definitely, man, come join the Patreon, man. We a squad. We a family. It's love. Again, we win more than we lose. That's the goal. The goal is for us to end the year positive. And so far, that's where we at right now. We still positive on the year. And that's it, man. Let's get to it, man. Let's go 1-800-TRAPPER hotline.
Yo, what up, Trap? This is B Wash from the Patreon. Thank you, Jose, for taking my call. So my question today is, when you are looking at a play and it's based off of one of your key scenarios, which is like a break and retest, gap fill reversal, if it's bouncing off a dynamic support area, how are you determining your contract size? Is it just based off of one of these situations, or is it, does the economic environment have any play in that when you're determining how many contracts you're going to do? All right, appreciate it. Peace.
Run that back. I missed it. Run it back. I got a little.
Yo, what up, Trap? This is B Wash from the Patreon. Thank you, Jose, for taking my call. So my question today is, when you are looking at a play and it's based off of one of your key scenarios, which is like a break and retest, gap fill reversal, if it's bouncing off a dynamic support area, how are you determining your contract size? Is it just based off of one of these situations, or is it, does the economic environment have any play in that when you're determining how many contracts you're going to do? All right, appreciate it. Peace.
All right, good job. So he asked, the question is position size. So I have 4 position sizes. So the first one, well, I'm not going to say the first one, but it's quarter brick, half brick, whole brick. Hey! It's my position sizes, right? That's my position sizes. So I base that based on, I know 2 things: dollar amount, contract amount. Dollar amount and percentage of my portfolio, not portfolio, remaining cash size. So for instance, the memory is expensive. So if I get like 12 SPACEX 12 SPACEX contracts, I know that's going to cost me somewhere between $300 and $350K based on the length of time I'm going to hold it. Like a MU, S&DK, I'll be only able to get like 5, 10 of them because they're going to cost anywhere between, $250, $300K for that many. So based on a dollar amount, depending on how much cash I got on the side, gonna tell me what to do. But the size gonna depend on market sentiment, right? So like right now, I'm not gonna go whole brick on nothing. Right now, I'm in quarter brick mode. The reason I'm in quarter brick mode is because I understand what the sentiment is. I understand everything that's going on right now in the market. I got a rate cut. I got a rate cycle next week. I have earnings right now, and I already know anything earnings right now, the market's super sensitive. I got a war that they going crazy with right now. But also, I noticed this. MU had earnings, sold off. ASML had earnings, sold off. TSMC had earnings, sold off. So that's 3 big memory players had earnings that sold off. So that means for me, I'm gonna go a quarter brick size on any positions in that sector. So somebody said, does quarter brick mean 2 contracts? Quarter brick means quarter of the size of the cash I got left. So I know what a whole size is mean. I know what a full position mean to me. So you got to figure out what does a full position size mean to you? If I say, yo, I'm full position size on this, then that means I bet based on how much cash I got left, based on how many stocks I have in my account, if I go full, that means like this the maximum amount I want to have invested in one position size without my check engine light coming on. So it's not a cookie cutter approach. So give you an example. So just say you got $10,000 in your account. Let's say you got $10,000, right? So you don't got no options trades in. No options trades in. So let's say you put a contract in. Let's say, yo, Trap just got on that STX play. I want to get in that play. You go look at the contracts. You go see how much that costs. Let's say that contract, even if you pushed it down, cost you $10,000. Guess what? You hold brick right there.
You don't want that. That's when you got to let go. But let's say you got 10K in your account. Here's another scenario. You see Trap went got in a Goldman Sachs play. Let's say one contract cost you, I don't know, let's say 2 contracts cost you $6,000. You passed the half a brick situation. So you passed the half a brick because you passed half of your account. So you're a little more than half a brick. So you got to ask yourself, if I want to get in this play based on this position size, I may have to go down to 1 contract. Or if I keep the 2 contracts, I know I'm past the half a brick, but my check engine light gonna come on if this first red candle I see go against me. So if I bring it down to 1 contract, I'm now a little more than a quarter brick, but I'm a little under a half a brick. But I know if a red candle come out for a week, it ain't gonna make me panic, so I'm good. So you gotta understand where you at, right? Now, does that make sense? So that's the situation. So let's say you take the same $10,000, let's say you want to go with Morgan Stanley, and let's say 1 contract is about, I don't know, let's just say $1,000 or something like that, just based on the time frame, and you got 10 grand. Well, now you under the quarter brick, now you at about an 8 ball. Right? So you know that's a starter position. So that starter position not gonna piss you off. No way. You just like, all right, bro, I'm testing the water. I'm putting some dummy packs out there. Right? So now I'm putting these dummy packs out there. That's my full position. I'm putting some dummy packs out there to see if the block gonna accept my product. Right? So when I do that is when I see all of my setups breaking down, they not holding up, they breaking down, I'm getting hit at. Now I'm increasing my safety net. So now I'm like, I ain't going 30%. If I see my breakdowns if I put 2-3 plays in and they breaking down, like I'm hitting them at key level, they breaking down, I'm raising that stop loss up to about 15. I'm not even letting you go to 30 because my play's breaking down. But now what I'm about to do is I'm not going quarter brick no more. Now we going 8 ball. We got to put some tester position. We going 2 contracts, 3 contracts. I'm not even looking at SNDK, MU. I'm not even looking at them jokers no more. Ain't nothing about them 8 ball. They start at a 9-piece. They introduction to the game, 9-piece. Skin in the egg. We don't got time for that little work over there, cuz. You feel me? We don't got time for that little work. Either you gonna be a big boy, you gonna stay on the corner. What you gonna do? You gonna be a big ball, or you gonna stay on the corner? I'm cool with you being on the corner, but this big boy is over here. So I'm like, you know what? Since the market ain't showing no love, I'm gonna go 8 ball. I'm gonna go 8 ball because it's hot around here. It's hot. Kicking indoors, they doing stop and frisk. Everybody getting jammed up on the corner. Jump out boys in full effect. They don't care. You got a book sack, a man purse, whatever. They get down. Get down or lay down. I don't want no smoke. I'm a habitual offender. I love the game. A nigga like me, I love the game. I'm here, baby. Book it. Keep some re-up money, keep some lawyer money, keep some bond money. I'm outside. That's all I know. Like Pac said, from the cradle to the grave, life ain't never been easy. That's all I know. That's all I know. So I'm 8-balling. But I'm only 8-balling when nothing ain't working. All the breakouts breaking down, nothing ain't going through the game. All right, cool. I got to try to pivot. All right, bet. We're gonna put some testers out there. Where Bodie at? Where Mike and them at? Where the testers? Come on, man. Come on, Nuki. Come on. Put these testers out there. You know what I'm saying? Now, once the block say the testers is good, go in the stash. Block done cool down a bit. We go quarter break. We back in the quarter brick. Quarter brick curve up a couple of times. We go whole brick. Whole brick standing up, half a brick standing up. We outside. We back outside. You thinking 10 years, I'm thinking 10 days.
They don't teach that in the movies. So I'm just like, if Rob with you, like he know what you're talking about.
He know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm just like, all right, I'm learning.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. You think about a beam in 10 years, I'm thinking about a beam in 10 days. Man, Trap, I want to make my, I want to make $100,000 in 5 years. But when the whole brick is jumping, we retire next year. Sean like, bruh, why? You feel what I'm saying? When the whole brick moving, but when the block jumping, you gotta take advantage of the block jumping. It's a hot summer. When a block is hot, you gotta go 8-ball. Cause they got all that, they got everybody wired. I'm not trying to catch a charge. So I hope that made sense.
If not, run that back, Turbo. Run that back.
I'm just saying, that's the way. So my brother, there we go. So depending on what the market sentiment is, if the market is really, when watch this, from late March to mid-June, every pullback got barked. I'm whole bricking. Around April, we whole brick. That's why I did 1.1 million that month. Every pullback, every 20, every 50 that got hit, I'm whole brick. From January to March, I went from 8-ball to quarter brick. Late March, we went half brick because some of the things started picking up a little bit. By April, man, I want what you got and give me some consignment because it's outside. We outside. So that's how we do it. That's where we at. That's where we at.
What you want to do next? I'm asking you next.
1-800-TRAPPER hotline.
All right, let's rock. Let's rock.
We outside tonight, man. We outside tonight. 1-800-TRAPPER hotline.
Try, what up, big bro? Look, I feel like when we're looking for confirmation, some of us can get blinded by the euphoria of like, this the one, it's that trade right here. But then we enter and that bit go against us because we missed something. Have you ever had that happen to you? Like you elaborate on the trade like that, like, boom, you was right. Technically, you was right fundamentally. But you enter and it went right against you. Rather that be something you miss on the charts, fundamentally changed, like some fundamentally changed, or it was out of our control. Like you said, we can only control our entry and our exit. We can't control none in between that. We just got to rock out with it and have our rules set. But like, can you have like a trade you could elaborate and walk us through on? Like, boom, like I entered right here. I saw this. I got in. This and that happened. Got out. On to the next. Like, can you elaborate on one of them? Salute. And I know you said no questions while I'm driving, but shit, you be on Instagram doing the same thing. So I get a pass this time, big bro. Love, salute.
Wait, before you answer, yo, SB talking cursive all the time. I had to put the captions up. Like, I said, what? And I couldn't even catch all the captions, bro.
SB be talking like the Fed watch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sunshine. You heard me? You hear me? Nah, you know what, SB? That's my dog, bro. I rock out with SB. The $1 million trade. $1 million trade, cut. I saw what I wanted to see. I ain't just put $1 million out there like, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't know if y'all know about me, but bro, I respect the hell out of my money. You feel like, I don't love it, because God said I don't love it, but I respect the hell out of my money. So, I ain't just like tossing money at the market. What they be saying? Throwing it and hoping that shit stick. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Especially not with no M. You do that with 10,000. You don't do that with 7 figures, cuz. I ain't there in my life yet. I'm not there in my life yet. well, $1 million don't matter to me. I'm glad that you think that about me. Please don't get it messed up. You feel what I'm saying? But I respect my money. So, $1 million trade. Pull back to key level. Just so happened MU had earnings the next day. Shit, we struck. You got real. I wake up the next day, that thing up 30%. I'm like, nigga, what? Like in the day, it's down 18%. I'm not mad. Next day, it's down. I'm negative 5%. I'm not mad. 2 days later, I'm down 15%. I'm like, oh shit. It's 150 grand in 4 days. This is tough. Mind you, I wasn't in that play 2 weeks before I was down 300 grand. I was in the play 2 weeks. That's it. Immediate. You see what you want to see. It give you what you want to see. You think you there. Yeah. And then plays like that, when they come down hard. And even when I look at how far it came down, I don't know. I didn't have the stomach to hold that. If I'd have stayed in that play, even till today, it's coming back around, I would have had the stomach, just being real with you, I would have had the stomach at least a 55 to 60% L. Mind you, I got in at, watch this, it was about maybe 9, I think I had a $1,000 call on it. I can't remember what the call was, but it was like right past 900. Bro, that thing fell all the way down to 719. You talking about putting an M in something, and then you see 550, 575, go. I ain't had the stomach for that. I'm just keeping 100 with you. At 150 in 2 days, knowing I was already up 300, I was like, ooh. Deep breath here. Check engine light was on. Keeping it 100. And it ain't like I ain't been down 100 before on something, but I ain't never been down 100 in 2 days after being up 300 in a couple hours. That's what made the check engine light flinch. Like, ooh, all right, bet. Then you flirt with 150 to 175. You like, hey, bruh, what's happening? Then you get another big flush. Boy, go from 175 to 260. You like, bro. Check engine light on. I called cuz. I'm like, I got it, cuz. I'm only down 25%. I'm at 250. I'm cool. I got it till I think February 2027. I'm like, I ain't tripping. Right? I'm a hold. I let that sucker even go to 32% before I copped out. It went down to 32%, so I was down 320. I was like, all right, shit, I gotta cut it here. I gotta clip it here. Crazy part was when I clipped out at 320, that sucker fell another $100. Fell another $100. I remember hitting 808 and I was like, damn. I remember getting out at like 860. I remember it going all the way down to 808. I was like, damn. It bounced, fell back down to like 798 or something like that. I was like, I ain't had that much in me. Because to see $1 million go to $500,000 in 2 weeks, I ain't there yet. Now, if it did it in a matter of like 3 months, I'm like, damn, it's making me grind out for it. So it's different. When you flush me that hard, but guess what I did? I put my big boy boxer briefs on, cut it, let's rock. And trust me, opportunity to present itself, I'm gonna go with my move again. I ain't scared of this shit, man. I got confidence in myself. I got confidence in my system. Got confidence in my process. I can look back now and be like, damn, I should have held that joker. Because if I would have held it now, I think right now, based on where it's at, what the stock at right now? If I look at STX right now, what is that right now?
Right now it's at 900 overnight. I would probably be down about, I don't know, 6%. So I'll be down about what, 60,000? Maybe like 60,000. So I wouldn't be bad because I got in it a little bit above. Yep. Because I got it right. Yeah. So, but it's all good. It's no big deal, bro. You live with it, you go with it. So it happens all the time, bro. You know what I'm saying? So what you got to tell yourself is, and that's what I'm saying, like, I can't let the trauma of that make me forget that the game work. I got to just be cool enough to say, all right, Trap, this a M. Yeah, you do got it out till January, February next year. But I'd rather exit with 690, right? I can go get the 320 back. Rather than mentally putting myself like, bro, I got to go get a half a ticket back. You know what I'm saying? I can make 2-3 trades. They go the right way. I put 100 grand in 2-3 trades. I feel the right way about them. Boom, I got that back. To go get 5 trades right in a row, I gotta be hitting. And I gotta get 100% on them trades. You know what I'm saying? So I learned that from the 1.5. Take my time. I don't gotta get 1.5 million back, and I got a whole year to get it back. But guess what? That 1.5 ain't had to be 1.5. That 1.5 could have been $500,000. You feel what I'm saying? That 1.5 could have been $500,000. So it could have been an easier lesson. And I can look back now and be like, bro, if I would just held on. Because remember, that happened to us in February, March. By July, we back at all-time high. All of those trades had time, but you got to ask yourself, what's the pressure point? And it's easy to look back in June, July, and say what I should have did then. But in June and July, you don't know what June and July are going to do. I ain't trying to base June and July on what I see here in April. In April, this nigga keep pressing buttons. And the market keep flushing. There's no end in sight to what he's saying. More. More. They say something, he say 100% more. They say something, he say 200% more. I don't know when the end is coming. You feel what I'm saying? So what's the lesson in that? All right, Trap, what's the boundary? The boundary is 30%. All right, cool. I went a little deeper, 32%. I gave him 320. All right, cool. Let's cut it, bro. Guess what? I'm so sharp and I'm so cool with what I got. If we reclaim this level, this level, this level, we get back in. All right, cool. I can live with that. I can live with that. And so that's how I want my people to think. Don't be scared of no damn loss. I'm going to tell you something. The only time a loss really beats you in the face is when you know, one, you are way over leveraged. That's when losses hurt. And so here's my analogy behind that. If you got $10,000 and you lose $1,000, you ain't really tripping. You're like, I lost $1,000, I ain't really tripping. Some people like, shit, I ain't. If you tripping on $1,000, you got $10,000, you in the market, you shouldn't play this game. If you got $10,000, you lose $2,500, you're like, all right, what I did wrong, what adjustments I gotta make. You got $10,000, you lose $3,500, now you like sit up a little bit more. All right. You got $10,000, you lose $5,000, you, boom, hey, bro, I'm tripping right now. It's enough to make you chill. Well, same rules apply. You got $100,000, you lose $10,000, you like, all right, bro, like, you got $100,000, you lose $25,000, you lost a quarter of that money, now you paying more attention, like, all right, cool. You got $100,000, you lose $50,000, you like, bro, what the hell I did wrong? So there's a certain level at everything when you start checking, like, all right, bro, that's the same thing for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to look at a lot of times people look at the dollar size and don't realize the rules still be the rules. Right? So if you got $1 million, bro, like you can stomach $100,000. All right, I could lose $100,000. Once you start getting to 250, now you like, all right, shit, I done lost a quarter of this position. Check engine light flashing. At 300, it's like, all right, boom, I'm a little more than a quarter, but I'm under half. I don't want to lose half of $1 million play. Okay, how much time I got on it? I can get 300 back. I know the mindset that the 500,000 put me in.
The mindset now puts me from comfortable and calm to now I'm pushing shit I shouldn't be pushing. Because now I'm like, I got to get that $500,000 back. I can take the 300 and be like, bro, I done did that before. I done did that a couple of times this year. Somebody say, let me see it. I saw it. Why you took it? What he say? I thought that's the purpose of buying options, clown. And it was said, right? Leaps, clown.
I thought that was the point of buying time, clown.
Clown.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Let me answer that question. And I'm not even going to answer the question in a bad way. That is the point, but you also got to have rules. Don't let time be the reason why you stay in a trade that's losing. Clown. That's stupidity. Stupidity is seeing something going against you and now you hoping that it goes the way you want it to go. None of us knows what the future of the market going to be. We can go off into a full-fledged recession tomorrow, my nigga. Tomorrow, we can wake up in the morning and Donald Trump can say, you know what, bro? I just want to go to war. I don't care, bro. 3 Americans dead. I feel some kind, even though we only supposed to be in a war. You know what? 3 Americans dead, bro. Let's just bomb this bitch out. And guess what the market gonna do? Guess what that's gonna trigger? Now inflation going up. You know why? Because now oil back at $100 a gallon. Guess what happens after that? Now we gotta have rate hikes. Guess what happens with rate hikes? Markets don't like none of that at all. Don't forget, we in earnings seasons. Guess what happened in earnings seasons now? Now, the smallest thing now, because when the market goes to fear, it goes to fear. It's not the smallest thing that would have had a small sell-off. Now that sell-off gets super intense. So now, instead of being down 20%, guess what you're down now? 60%. Now, here's the thing about options. You don't need 60% to get 60% back. Now you need 300% to get 60% back. Clown. Now you need 300%. Now you sitting here waiting. Now guess what's working against you? Theta. Now you got theta working against you. So now you're really under pressure. Clown. That's stupidity. Stupidity is saying because I got time, I'm going to disregard my rules. Clown. Now you broke. Clown. And now you mad at me because I exited the play. You stayed in the play. And watch this. Ask how many people in the Patreon can say Trap exited the play. I stayed in the play, but I should have exited when he exited.
That's real.
Because I'm going to exit the play when I see there's no more, like it done broke the levels. I don't see a key level. It's too far down. It's like, you know what, bro? I'm gone, y'all. I can't tell you what to do, but I can tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to exit the play. Now, there are instances where I have got out of play. People have stayed in the play and they turned around. But you know how long they had to stay in it? They're like, bro, I stayed in that sucker till it was down 89%. You feel me? So the reason you put rules in place is to protect you from you. That's why you put them there, clown. The rules protect you from you and your emotion and your ego. That's what the rules are for. The rules say, hey, I get out at 30%. At 30%, you got one or two things to do. I'm going to look at that chart and say, is there a gap fill underneath me? Is there a key level underneath me? If I don't see that, I'm out of here. Clown. So stop buying time. We buy time so that we can navigate the nuances, the ups and downs. So if the market starts chopping on us sideways, we all right. That can happen. The market start going, hitting the key level, bouncing off key level between key level. That can go on for 2 months. How do we know? We watch Nvidia go from the same level from October to freaking January. Same range. It just stood there. Clown. And then it broke out. Broke out, went to 215, hit 215, came back down. So the rules are designed for a reason. The rules that we have is not meant for you to buy time just to use time as an excuse. The time gives you the ability to let a runner run without having to get back in it, or to endure some of the sideways action that the price can go through, which is a natural order of stocks, of trades. It's not to let the play go 80% against you, because now you need 600%. Clown. But you ain't know that. You just buying long-dated options and saying, I'm going to hold it if it's down 99% because I got 17 years left on it. Or what you're going to do is you're going to keep adding to it. Now you keep adding to a play that's sinking. You keep feeding the sinking play, hoping it's going to turn around, not realizing, hey, you feeding a loss. Imagine me being in a Netflix play that got 1 year out, right? And I just keep buying it. But I done watched it go from 110 to 80 to 90 to 70. That's 75 now. That's 74 now. But I keep adding to it saying, yeah, it's going. Surely it has to turn around now. Imagine somebody at Microsoft at the beginning of the year. Clown. But I got time. But here we are in July, and now you keep adding, and it's going and going and going and going, and now you keep adding money to it. Instead of saying, bro, let me just cut the L and go find a better place to put my money. Clown. So that's why. And we're going to end on that tonight. Had an amazing episode tonight, y'all. I hope we had a good time, man. I know we didn't get into no information or no data. We had a lot of data, but I think tonight was worth it.
I got some content.
You know what I'm saying? I think tonight was worth it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. It was one of them ones. Unfamiliar financial territory. Unfamiliar financial territory, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Patreon, I saw something on the chart, on the thing that I gotta tell y'all. I think the GV went through. So that's my fault. I was in the queue. So I gotta talk to y'all about that because I didn't think it was gonna go. I didn't realize it tonight until he put it up that it went through. So that's on me. Y'all know I don't ever try to hide nothing from y'all. I love y'all, man. Let's get to it. We in episode 202. Hey, we got a long way to go, y'all. We got some things on the way. We're gonna be working on Sean and Rob dropping the futures. I gotta figure out the title to figure out what I want to do. We're gonna let them go back and forth, back and forth. We're gonna put some futures content up on this page, the Wall Street Looks Like Us channel. That's gonna probably be our next show. Dropping one of those a week so we can introduce some futures to the game. And then we're gonna put probably the best futures course in the game. We're gonna put that out. With that futures course, we're gonna also drop a futures community. But we're gonna live trade with y'all. Rob and Sean, back and forth, real time. That's what we want.
That's monumental, bro. That's gonna be crazy.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I want Miss April to, we want to get this, I'm gonna say this offline. Don't worry about that, I'm gonna say it offline. Cause I don't want nobody to jack me. Last time I got jacked, I wound up going to jail. I don't take that too cool, you heard me? Clown. Anyway, man, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all, man. Let's just navigate the tough times, man. It ain't really tough. You just being emotional right now. I pride myself on trying to lead y'all in the right way without being emotional. We stick to the charts. We do what the charts say. If we got to take a loss, we take a loss. Plus, we're going to win way more than we lose.
If anybody got some information on how to help me fix my Instagram, bro, please DM me, bro. Every reel I put up, bro, no music, no nothing, just me walking and talking. I've been doing that since January, bro. It get blocked. I'm talking about this is blocked. I'm like, how, bro? I ain't even said nothing. I ain't talking about no money. I ain't said nothing. I'm just explaining what an ETF is. So anybody got a plug with Meta, man, hit me up, man, so we can walk through that, man. Other than that, man, I love y'all, man. And if y'all can't tell, I hope we show y'all. Unfamiliar Territory, Trapper Tuesday, episode 202, man. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. With myself, we got Rob, VCR Rob, we got Jose, we got Ashan, we got George, we got April, Bernard, Kenny V and the crew. We got the back team, Benton and the crew, man. I need iCurlyQ on here. She's my mentor and she's phenomenal. I know her. I'm going to DM her and ask her because I'm looking for a female to be a part of the squad. I actually want to give a female a show. So I'm going to probably DM her right now because I know her. I actually know her. She makes some dope content. So I'm going to definitely DM her. So anyway, get your merch. Come join the Patreon. I'll see y'all same time, same place next week, man. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Wall Street looks like us now. I'm out. Salute, y'all.